Chapter 994, Creep. In the turbulent Bayou capital, Li Huowang observed the skies consumed by Fu Shengtian. The iridescent darkness contracted and expanded. Every time it did, it grew stronger. Fu Shengtian was attacking Bayou capital. A chill ran down Li Huowang's spine as a heavy pressure settled over his chest. Fu Shengtian had never stopped attacking. Whether striking head-on or launching ambushes, the assault was relentless. We need to act now. Li Huowang looked down to find nothing beneath him. The secret that had leaked out had disappeared. The three ancient ones had escaped by distracting Li Huowang with Fu Shengtian. That was why he had lured Li Huowang here. Three ancient ones. I will find you one day. Li Huowang roared and ran towards the sky with his bloody blade. Nana, help me. Yang Na nodded and raised her gun to shoot the skies. Gunshots rang out. But the sound of thunder soon replaced it as heavy rain fell down from the skies, drenching everyone. The rain battered Li Huowang, blurring his vision and making him uncomfortable. The rain pummeled everyone's umbrellas. They ran outside and saw two couples going crazy. Zhao Shuangdian was busy typing on her laptop and calculating something. Her typing noise resonated with the sound of the rain. Yang Na approached them anxiously and asked, "Who still has more bullets? Give me some. I ran out of them." She asked again and again, but no one replied. "Hurry up. Huowang is fighting against Fu Shengtian alone. I need to go help him." Yang Na used her hand to shield her eyes as she glared at the dark clouds above her with animosity. The sound of typing suddenly stopped. Zhao Shuangdian grabbed two loaded magazines from the back of Ba Shangqing and gave them to Yang Na without hesitation. Zhao Shuangdian's actions surprised everyone. Ba Nanxu stared in disbelief. "Did their insanity rub off on you?" Zhao Shuangdian nodded. "Why not? His model fits mine. I trust him." Ba Nanxu gaped in shock, but said nothing. When she realized Zhao Shuangdian wasn't joking, she chuckled, taking out her own gun and firing it at the skies. "Fine. If you want to die, I'll bury you. Now what? Should I return as the Siming of Pain and use the heavenly Tao of Pain to strike down Fu Shengtian's Simings? To make them die from pain?" Zhao Shuangdian stared at the equations on her laptop before shaking her head. "We cannot follow their plans. They have theirs, and we will follow ours. For now, we cannot influence the Bayou capital. Just leave it to Li Huowang here. Go and start our cars. Since they are here, that means that they have a gathering point. We just need to find it and infiltrate it." Three off-road vehicles emerged from the muddy path, and everyone entered them. With a cigarette still in hand, Ba Nanxu rolled down the windows and shouted, "Hang in there, Huowang. We're going to the Bayou capital to help you." Li Huowang wiped his face with his sleeves. "Hurry up. They've already absorbed a large portion of Bayou capital. I don't know if they still have any hidden aces." Ba Nanxu nodded and stepped on the gas pedal. The vehicle roared to life and drove on the muddy path. However, nobody noticed the arrival of Wanglai'S. He stood in the rain without moving, his lips tightly pursed. He still had the pocket watch in his hands. Li Huowang sighed when he heard the engines disappearing. This time, he wasn't alone. Three ancient ones. Show them the path, or you won't have a Bayou capital to live in. Li Huowang didn't care if Qing Wanglai'S heard him or not. All he could do right now was to stab his blade numerous times into the dark skies. As he did, the black liquid poured out, engulfing Li Huowang. The black liquid was capable of causing growth on most surfaces. Thankfully, the dragon Qi on Li Huowang's body protected him, making the black liquid simply slick off his face. Li Huowang continued to attack without worrying about his own safety. After some time, he realized that it wasn't working. It was too slow. In the face of the black liquid, he was powerless. Li Huowang wiped the water off his face. "No, this isn't working. I need to find another way to stop it." Li Huowang swiftly made a decision and sprinted towards the left. He increased his speed with his cultivation. In just a few minutes, he reached the border between the Bayou capital and the black liquid. Li Huowang saw that Fu Shengtian was still growing and assimilating more of the Bayou capital. In just a few minutes, he reached the border where the black liquid continued its relentless assimilation of the Bayou capital. Li Huowang knew he was out of time. Without hesitation, he used his blade to sever a section of the Bayou capital, isolating it from the encroaching menace. Since he couldn't do anything to the liquid, he would rather cut off a part of the Bayou capital. He saw that the black liquid did not continue to spread beyond the place he had separated. Relief surged through him. His method had worked. But then, an ominous hissing arose from the depths of the black liquid. An overwhelming wave of uneasiness washed over Li Huowang. The hissing sound was far from simple. with multiple overlapping noises. It gradually became louder, reaching a point where Li Huawang could hear nothing but a deafening roar. Donglai's voice suddenly broke past the loud noise. Li Huawang, there's thunder and lightning. Throw the knife away, or you will get electrocuted. Chapter 995, Battle. Thunder. Li Huawang felt his scalp go numb and quickly dodged left. Suddenly, the entire black, iridescent sky split open. A flash of platinum emerged from the darkness, carrying a nearly tangible gaze. He felt an odd, almost inexplicable sensation emanating from the platinum gaze. It transcended his ordinary senses. It was just a ray of light, but it tainted his eyes and turned them black and iridescent. As his eyes transformed, the black, iridescent liquid started to seep out from his eye socket. That attack had visibly hurt his eyeball. Realizing something was wrong, Li Huawang snarled and clawed at his eye, attempting to dig it out. Li Huawang, stop. You can't gouge it out. This is your last eye. If you do, you'll be completely blind. Donglai shouted, grabbing his arm at the last moment. Scram! Don't try to stop me. If I don't do this, it will affect me. Li Huawang shouted, throwing Donglai away. Just as he raised his hand to tear at his eye again, a sudden gaze from afar appeared. Li Huawang felt his body opening up like a flower blossoming. The pain overwhelmed him, halting both his movements and the black liquid's flow. Li Huawang's senses melded together. He recognized the presence approaching, Bahui, the Siming who governed the heavenly Dao of pain. And Bahui wasn't alone. He felt the others reaching around him. You're all here. Attack now. Li Huawang raised his arm and pointed at the dark cloud to his left. The Simings, which had fused together, floated like a large mountain towards the black sky. The black sky began to bubble like hot metal plunged into oil. An explosion sent a powerful heat wave blasting out from the impact. This intense heat wave burned off a layer of Li Huawang's skin. Gazing up at the cracked sky, Li Huawang caught sight of the darkness that lay beyond. Without a moment's hesitation, he joined the other Simings and followed them toward the crack. They were all fighting against Shengtian and its Simings. He couldn't remain behind. As he was about to enter the dark hole, an inverted tree fell through the hole. Its twisted, rotting form gleamed with an iridescent sheen. The sharp crown of the tree pierced through his chest, pinning him down. It grew endlessly and pushed Li Huawang down. Li Huawang struggled but couldn't move at all. Suddenly, Li Huawang felt a glow behind him. When he looked back, he saw the floating oxtail gate. The tree burst through the oxtail gate and stabbed down through the clouds. It grew so fast that the oxtail gate was far above it. However, Li Huawang's melded senses let him perceive that the oxtail jade had shattered. The large tree crashed into the ground and raised a large plume of dust. The tree's branches spread outwards, as though it intended to take over the entire world. It wasn't over yet. Its sprawling form stretched across the place, forming a strange connection between heaven and earth. It resembled a massive mushroom. With a roar, the bottom part of the tree exploded. Li Huawang emerged from the wreckage, his body ablaze. He floated upward and glared at the tree angrily. The tree had broken the oxtail gate. Li Huawang could sense the heavenly Daos going out of control without the oxtail gate. The world was now undergoing a lot of natural disasters, and even Li Huawang couldn't discern which heavenly Dao caused which calamity. It's all because of you, Li Huawang exclaimed in anger. Simultaneously, a colossal piece of jade descended from the heavens, narrowly missing him. He grabbed it and fashioned the jade into a massive axe. He couldn't move it, but he had a plan. He reached out his left arm and grabbed something. Li Huawang caught it and fashioned it into a massive axe. It was too heavy to wield, but he had a plan. He extended his left arm to grab something, phasing past the Liang Kingdom, Qing and the ground. Finally, he grasped the Lion Dance Palace hidden far below. It's time for you to help me. The white tassels complied, entering his body. His organs began to grow outward while new organs sprouted in every direction. Li Huawang's body swelled beyond recognition. It became impossible to distinguish the front, side, back, up, and bottom of his body. He became one with the Lion Dance Palace. Through his bulging large body, he let out an incoherent roar as he grabbed the large axe and tried to cut down the tree. With an incoherent roar, Li Huawang lifted the colossal axe and struck the tree. The impact sent tremors across the battlefield, leaving a deep gash in the trunk. He swung again and again, each strike more furious than the last. Finally, he cut down the tree. However, It quickly fell and reconnected the part he had chopped off. The wound healed swiftly, and the tree was whole once more. Li Huowang chopped the tree repeatedly, but it would fall down and heal each time. He couldn't do anything to it. Then, the world seemed to ignite. A titanic head, vast enough to eclipse both sky and earth, roared and lunged at the tree. Gao Zhijian had summoned Jiang Xiangshou. Li Huowang pounced toward Jiang Xiangshou and grabbed it. The white tassels behind his body worked hard to fuse them together. The dragon qi within him fused with Jiang Xiangshou's murderous aura. Li Huowang channeled their combined power into the axe. Together, they charged at the tree with a deafening roar. In the pouring rain, Yi Donglai stood frozen in stunned silence, watching Li Huowang's distorted form. His crimson body was twisted, his mouth was crooked, and his veins were bulging. He repeatedly swung at the empty space around him with his bloodied blade. The sight was both eerie and bizarre. Li Huowang appeared to be performing the strange dance of a Nuo opera in the ring. Chapter 996. Come in. Within the territory of the Great Liang, a colossal pillar stretched between heaven and earth, its surface sprouting and writhing with twisting branches. These warped extensions reached into every available space, as though seeking to consume all in their path. An immense, distorted figure floated amidst the clouds. It was none other than the powerful Li Huowang. Huh! Li Huowang shouted, his four mouths opening in unison. He swung a giant jade axe and hacked the pillar. Shrouded in murderous aura, Li Huowang rushed to the fracture point of the pillar before it could fall. He roared as he chopped repeatedly at the falling pillar. The massive pillar that extended from the Bayou capital kept descending, but every section was promptly severed by Li Huowang, who was now imbued with the power of Jiang Xiangshou. He had now reached the 7th stage of truth cultivation. In addition, he had used the Lion Dance Palace to merge with Jiang Xiangshou. This giant pillar from Shengtian was not a match for him. Li Huowang relentlessly cleaved the pillar from the Great Liang upward into the heavens. Finally, he hurled it toward the stars. A tear in the heavens at the Bayou capital made chaos and disorder spill out, spreading down toward the mortal realm. Li Huowang roared, driving his jade axe into the opening and sealing off the pillar's influence in the mortal world. However, he knew that this wasn't enough. The breach remained, and if left unchecked, it would only widen. He stared intently at the axe lodged in the gap with bloodshot eyes. It quickly morphed and finally formed into a shape that blocked off more of the breach. He was not done. As he focused, shards of the oxtail gate that had previously fallen began to reassemble. Each fragment flew up from the ground and returned to its place. One jade shard, about the size of a table, flashed past him. It bore a faint red seal on it. Li Huowang caught a brief glimpse of the characters Zhuan Su before the shard vanished and returned to its original position. With Li Huowang's cultivation, the shattered oxtail gate reassembled itself, sealing its gaps and once again taking the form of an enormous jade pendant. It was suspended between the Bayou capital and the mortal realm. However, the situation did not improve much despite the repairs. Li Huowang remembered precisely what was unfolding at the Bayou Tower. He saw the chaos surge again within the gate and cried loudly with his 6 mouths. He reached over his shoulder to rip out his spine before charging straight into the gate. The Bayou capital, which was previously in chaos, had transformed into a turbulent sea of heavenly Daos that blended and collided with one another. The Siming closest to him was a faceless bodhisattva. Her graceful, flowing motions, accompanied by her robes that seemed to flutter randomly in the air, gave the impression that she was drifting underwater. A pale, strange circle halo enveloped the back of her head, which made it hard to distinguish her appearance. At a closer distance, he saw that it was composed of countless white eyes. The light behind the bodhisattva continued to radiate outward, illuminating everything around. With his heightened perceptions, he could faintly sense that this Siming seemed to have another side. However, he couldn't discern exactly what it was because he lacked the sensory organs to perceive it fully. Li Huowang didn't know who this figure was, but he was sure it was a Siming of Bayou capital. He had once encountered this entity during his desperate fight with Dan Yangzi. Get your ass here and help. Don't just stand there. Li Huowang shouted at the Siming as he charged toward the black, cracked sky. Li Huowang stumbled and tripped over the high edge of the doorway, falling forward. Careful! Yang Na caught up behind him and supported Li Huowang. They peered into the dilapidated temple together. A torrential downpour raged outside. It leaked heavily inside the neglected rural temple, with water dripping everywhere. The temple was littered with broken statues of arhats and Buddhas, covered in dust and scattered without order. Every now and then, flashes of lightning would illuminate the scene, adding an eerie and sinister touch. Yang Na noticed cigarette butts on the ground and deduced that someone had been there before. However, it was evident they hadn't been there for any proper business. The arhat statues had been defaced and smeared with filth, and some of the broken ones had been randomly reassembled. She helped the panting Li Huowang toward the altar. But as they passed a statue with a broken finger, he froze, staring at it before bursting into maniacal laughter. Ha ha! A finger? All my effort, all my suffering, all I went through, and it was just a finger? You think that's enough to scare me? You think I'm afraid? Dream on. Li Huowang abruptly stood up. He stomped hard on the ground and lunged at the arhat statue with a broken finger. The clay statue was massive and heavy. Li Huowang crashed into it like an egg smashing against a rock. A dull thud resonated, and he immediately started bleeding from his head. Ignoring his injuries, he raised his military knife and furiously hacked at the arhat statue. Donglai stood outside the temple, completely drenched in the pouring rain. He stared dumbfoundedly at the scene unfolding before his eyes. Yang Na, alarmed by his actions, shouted, "Step back. Let me handle this." She raised her pistol and fired 2 shots directly at the statue's head. The combined efforts of the two began to show results. The large clay statue started to shed its outer shell and paint. Its structure became unstable, and some broken parts even revealed the bamboo framework beneath. Finally, with a thunderous crash, the arhat statue collapsed, burying Li Huowang beneath the rubble. Li Huowang could be heard violently coughing amidst the dust. Donglai gritted his teeth and prepared to rush into the temple to help. "Stop! Don't move!" Li Huowang's roar froze him in place. Li Huowang's eyes burned with a mix of terror and shock. He stared at Donglai from inside the rubble, and his voice trembled as he shouted, "We can, but you can't. Don't come in. Whatever you do, don't come in." Chapter 997, Change. Don't come any closer. Stay back. He stood beneath the torrential rain, his gaze fixed on the scene unfolding inside. His thoughts were in complete disarray. Yang Na looked at the seemingly possessed Li Huowang with a pained expression. She turned toward Dr. E outside the door and shouted, "Dr. E, since you're fully conscious, help us. Huowang can't hold off all these Simings from Fu Shengtian alone." I. Donglai's breathing quickened and turned more erratic. He clenched his teeth and slapped his forehead uncontrollably. He even wanted to grab a mirror to check if he looked younger. He wanted to see if his previous experiences were real or just hallucinations. For the first time, he understood why his patients acted the way they did. Suddenly, Li Huowang burst from the debris with his military knife in hand, still streaked in dust and blood. He lunged forward, viciously kicking another clay statue to his left. The impact toppled the statue, making it crash against a nearby column along with Li Huowang. Creak! The wood splintered as the half-rotten column began to bend and distort. Crack! Another sound quickly followed as the column snapped. The moss-covered tiles began to fall from above, increasing in number. "Get out. The temple is collapsing. You'll both be buried inside if you don't get out." Donglai warned urgently. Noticing the temple shake, he momentarily put aside his confusion. Yang Na's heart skipped a beat. She grabbed Li Huowang's arm and tried to pull him outside. Li Huowang had no desire to remain in such a predicament, but he was stuck. His left foot was trapped within the chest of a clay statue, and he couldn't pull it free no matter how hard he tried. As the tiles continued to fall and the temple tilted further, he shoved Yang Na toward the exit without hesitation. The next moment, a disturbing gulp from above chilled him to the very bone. His body trembled uncontrollably, though he wasn't the one shaking. The white tassels from the Lion Dance Palace were vibrating. They vibrated harder and harder until they dissolved into streams of blood that dripped down his frame. With the tassels gone, Jiang Shanshou also started to separate from his body. Unable to escape, he sensed something and looked up sharply. There was an oppressive, hollowed, and inverted black mountain. It filled his entire field of vision. Something was roaring and thrashing within, while the exuded heavenly Dao caused Li Huowang's figure to erode. The inverted black mountain pressed down with unyielding pressure. He suddenly understood that this wasn't a mountain at all. It was a tooth. Something was trying to devour him. If just a tooth was so large, how enormous must the Siming of Fu Shengtian be? And what power did it hold? Li Huowang figured it out, but it was already too late. The tooth descended, and he could only watch as the abyss behind it pulled him into the darkness. He didn't die. He began seeing fragmented memories in a state between dream and reality. Some were snippets from his childhood, or maybe just memories. In his dimly lit home, his mother, son Shengtian, was cheerfully carrying a cake toward him. He remembered this scene from his 10th birthday. He'd spent the entire day playing games, and it had been one of the happiest days of his life. Out of nowhere, the darkness crept in from the left. The scene lit up once more for a fleeting moment. The cake frosting had splattered onto the floor, and the ribbon that had once adorned the cake box now dangled from the ceiling fan. The ribbon was wrapped around Sun Xiaoqian's elongated tongue, dragging her body along. The image stopped here, just before Li Huowang. The image froze in Li Huowang's mind as well. From that point on, his mother was absent from his memories. His health deteriorated, becoming sickly and frail as though deprived of his mother's presence. His complexion worsened, and he even seemed shorter. This was only the beginning. All his cherished memories gradually gave way to scenes of despair. He saw his father spiral into alcoholism, picking him up and beating him mercilessly. Eventually, his father drank himself to death on the sofa. Li Huowang felt his heart darken. His personality changed, and resentment consumed him. No, this isn't right. It shouldn't be like this. Horrified, Li Huowang struggled desperately in the darkness. He didn't know what was going on, but he could feel that something was seriously wrong. He saw himself pulling out one of Yang Na's fingernails and biting off her fingers one by one. He screamed in fury. No, these are my memories. They're not mine. Li Huowang opened his skull in the darkness, reaching in and yanking something out. Those depressing memories disappeared, but his old memories didn't return. Only a blank, empty space remained. I need to get out of here. I will get out of here. Li Huowang gathered the last of his dragon qi into his hand and plunged it into the darkness. The rain outside mixed with flashes of lightning, which burst inside. A rough hand and a delicate hand reached inside, grabbing his clothes and yanking him out of the temple ruins. The cold rain continued to pour and splashed on his face. Li Huowang was in pain, but he ignored his injuries and grabbed Yang Na's hands to inspect them closely. His pupils constricted sharply when he saw her right index finger was indeed severed at the root. Yang Na shook her head. It's okay. I don't blame you. I know you couldn't control yourself back then. Let's leave this place quickly. It's too dangerous. Chapter 998, Draw. Li Huowang stared at Yang Na's severed finger, the rain pouring down as he held her hand. The finger had already healed, but this wasn't just a matter of Yang Na losing a finger. If her finger had indeed been severed, everything else he saw must have also been real. The realization that his grim visions had manifested in reality struck Li Huowang with bone-deep dread. A profound horror filled his eyes as the truth dawned on him. This Siming of Fu Shengtian had altered his past, rewriting the events of his life. No, this can't be. I have to kill it. I need to go back and change everything back to the way it was before. Li Huowang struggled to his feet, with his head bleeding and his body still wounded. He dragged himself toward the ruins of the dilapidated temple. Little Li, you're badly injured. Lie down, don't move. Wanglai'S blocked his path and shouted at him to stop. He was completely soaked by the rain. Get out of my way. You don't understand what I've been through. Li Huowang roared, his veins bulging as he raised a hand to shove Wanglai'S aside. Wanglai'S moved first, shoving Li Huowang back into Yang Na's arms. No, I do understand. Wanglai'S eyes were bloodshot, perhaps due to the rain or some other reason. He continued, I was your attending physician. I know everything you've been through. I even know exactly what you're thinking now. Don't forget I studied medicine. I know way more than you do. Now sit tight. Leave this to me. Without waiting for a response, Wanglai'S turned and walked toward the temple ruins. He bent down, picked up a broken tile, and moved purposefully through the debris. The temple's rubble was in a mess. There were all sorts of shattered bricks, broken tiles, and splintered wood piled haphazardly, making it easy to get injured while walking through. However, Wanglai'S didn't care. He used his hands to push aside the debris, clearing a large area of uneven bricks. Shards of broken tiles scraped his arms as he did, but he ignored the pain. He held up a shard and began to furiously scratch lines onto the rough surface of the stone bricks. The shard scraped against the stone with a grating sound as the lines began to take shape. Yang Na supported the battered Li Huowang over to Wanglai'S side. At that moment, lightning lit up the sky and illuminated everything for an instant. In that fleeting, silvery light, Li Huowang finally saw what Wanglai'S was drawing. It was a roughly sketched figure with certain distinguishing features. Li Huang immediately recognized the person Yi Donglai was depicting. It was a slim woman with tattoos on her left side, a forked tongue, and a lip piercing. Yi Donglai was drawing Ba Nanxiu, Baoi's projection. The figure of Ba Nanxiu was strange and distorted in an almost inhuman way. Perhaps Yi Donglai's lack of skill had made her body unnaturally elongated and twisted. Ba Nanxiu seemed to be emerging from a vague, contorted shape. Her mouth was wide open like a serpent, as if ready to devour the surrounding rubble. Yi Donglai didn't stop there. His hand moved feverishly, sketching the other Simings who had departed with Zhao Shuangdian. Each figure was crudely drawn and sketched in a strange form, yet imbued with an eerie, lifelike quality. "What are you doing?" Li Huang shouted amidst the rain. Yi Donglai didn't stop drawing. "They couldn't come here because they couldn't find the path. They need a medium. Do you get it, Li Huang?" Qing Wanglai was right. They're all projections. They're all projections, and projections need a background. For a moment, doubt flickered in Yi Donglai's eyes, but when he caught sight of his own reflection in a nearby puddle, he steeled himself. He tightened his grip on the shard and drew with renewed vigor. "It's okay. We won't lose. I finally get it. I am the projection of Denua. That's the truth. The difference is that it's insane, while I'm not." Yi Donglai's newfound resolve didn't shock Li Huang as much as the next figure he drew. It was a bloated young man with something seemingly stuffed beneath him. Although the face was unfamiliar, his smile was disturbingly recognizable. Li Huang instantly knew who it was: Qing Wanglai, the projection of the three pure ones. The three pure ones hadn't left at all. He was just hiding nearby. A fire blazed in Li Huang's heart when he saw that disgusting face. Memories of Qing Wanglai's past despicable deeds flashed through his mind. Without hesitation, Li Huang picked up a piece of broken brick and smashed it down onto Qing Wanglai's face in the drawing. There was a crisp, cracking sound. As Li Huang approached Yi Donglai's artwork, he couldn't help but notice something peculiar. Qing Wanglai was disturbingly close to Zhao Shuangdian's figure, almost overlapping with her. What is he doing? What's he planning? At a time like this, how dare he? Li Huang had broken into a cold sweat. He pushed Yang Na aside, leaped high, and plunged headfirst into Yi Donglai's drawing. Splash! He was instantly submerged in freezing liquid. He was in. Without even bothering to survey his surroundings, he hastily shouted, "Zhao Shuangdian, watch out. Qing Wanglai is stealing your heavenly Dao." The icy liquid rushed into his mouth, and he felt like his organs were coming alive. He realized the kind of liquid that had surrounded him, as it had the same dark, iridescent hues he'd seen before. It was the same liquid that had engulfed the great Qi in the past. He had entered Fu Shengtian. A chill swept over him as he realized a horrifying truth hidden in all this chaos. Fu Shengtian was disturbingly close to Baiyu capital, much like Qing Wanglai's drawing was to Zhao Shuangdian's. Chapter 999, Fu Shengtian. Within Fu Shengtian, Li Huang's consciousness distorted, his senses blending into a tangled, chaotic mass. His vision was impaired, yet he could still perceive the three pure ones and the Siming it was stealing from. It was Zhao Shuangdian. The two figures began to merge, their forms intertwining with each other. Li Huang didn't know what the three pure ones was plotting, nor did he fully grasp the events unfolding before him. However, one thing was clear: he could not let the three pure ones succeed. He immediately ran forward, swinging his arms at the three pure ones. He felt a string-like touch, prompting him to quickly raise his spine's sword and slash forward. This time, things were different. In the past, he could sense things without touching them. Now, with the three pure ones being physically present, Li Huang had the power to wound him. Qing Wanglai. Dot. A sharp sound pierced the air as he severed the secret karmic chains binding Zhao Shuangdian. They dissolved into the murky, iridescent black water surrounding them. The three pure ones' figure flickered wildly upon seeing Li Huang ruining his plans. As he writhed, a karmic chain of secrets emerged from within Li Huang, eventually linking into the three pure ones' network of secrets. The tension in this chain of secrets suddenly snapped, and a flood of memories surged into Li Huang's mind. He remembered the elder Shin Benyu of the Ao Jing sect, sitting in the dim cross temple under the sacrificial god statue. He was discussing with the 5 other elders. "I've ensured that Li Huang owes us a favor. Now, we only need to wait for the right moment and use it to atone for the past massacre. I bought information from Moongate indicating that he still believes the sitting Oblivion Dao caused the incident. He absolved himself of any involvement, and we can use this to lure him into using the inch dissection ritual. No, this child is not an ordinary strayed one. The inch dissection ritual alone is not sufficient. We must plan carefully since he's no ordinary person. We must ensure he becomes the next sacrificial god to complete our pact with Bahui. This sudden memory appeared in Li Huang's mind. He remembered the deserted, lifeless town and Jiang Yingzi's revenge. Was it all true? Did I actually kill all those people? Before he could process the revelation, another realization struck him. Bahui was colluding with the Ao Jing sect, intending for me to become the next sacrificial god. Was she deceiving me from the start? Had she been plotting against me all along? Cracks appeared on Li Huang's body as the thoughts surged through his mind. Unbearable pain radiated throughout his entire being. It was both physical and mental agony. The pain was intense, relentless, and overwhelming, making him tremble uncontrollably. Li Huang shook his head, trying to clear his mind. He cursed through gritted teeth. What's the rush? I'm not the three pure ones. I know how to prioritize. I'll deal with you later. Li Huang focused back on the three pure ones. He yelled fiercely, Did you think you could sway me? Do you think I'll believe anything you say? I've doubted everything you've shown me ever since I learned about your alliance with Shaizi. Even if some of it is true, who's to say it's not a trick? Shaizi excels at this. You'll never deceive me. Li Huang's eyes shone with a murderous gleam. He grabbed a karmic chain of secrets and plunged his bloodied military knife into the three pure ones. This is for Sui Sui. As he pulled out the knife, more secrets gushed from the three pure ones' form, dissolving into the dark seawater. He summoned all his strength and drove the blade into the three pure ones again. This one is for Zhuge Yuan. Just as he prepared for a third strike, Li Huang noticed some strange objects emerging from the three pure ones, which did not seem to be influenced by the surroundings. There was a particular symbol with the character Wang, which was oddly familiar to him. He recognized it as something the three pure ones had stolen from him. Li Huang reached out, passing through the dense network of karmic chains, trying to touch the Wang character. As he drew near, the three pure ones tore off a writhing mass of secrets from himself and stuffed it into Jizai. Each secret brought a new perspective, transforming Li Huang's perception of the world. The once dim fluid around him cleared, revealing a previously invisible realm. He could now perceive things that he would have missed entirely before. More importantly, everything around him was layered and multidimensional. Each layer was merely a projection. After fully absorbing the secret of the three pure ones, he finally saw the things beneath the surface. They appeared as incomprehensible images and text, both in his mind and before his eyes. The rainbow decides the face. The primordial mud lies within the dark origin, flowing with foam beyond the depths. It bends at the dark armpit. The person has semicircular, firm wings that cover three sounds. When viewed, it has an unusual perception, like the brilliance of the stars. Yet there is no visible structure. Only the ear perceives the emptiness. This great secret of the three pure ones was the same as the elephant Zhao Shuangyan had mentioned. It was also the Fu Shengtian in Li Huang's own understanding. It had always existed, but he hadn't been able to see it due to his insufficient perception. Li Huang tried to act, but he couldn't move. Even his thoughts grew sluggish. Fu Shengtian was incredibly vast, and its unimaginable form completely covered the sky and the earth. It was approaching the Bayou capital at a peculiar speed. It seemed slow, yet unbelievably fast. As it moved, it continuously shed certain substances, much like unwanted dandruff. Li Huang focused on one of the dandruff-like fragments. It was a massive piece with a mouth of black, jagged teeth, resembling inverted, hollow mountains. Chapter 1000 Helper. The entity that once devoured him, the Siming that rewrote his past, turned out to be nothing more than a mere fragment fallen from Fu Shengtian. A deep despair surged within Li Huang as he grasped this harsh reality. Against such an incomprehensibly powerful force, what could his efforts as a Siming ever hope to achieve? Li Huang recalled the words and expressions of Qing Wanglai'S, who had once shared similar thoughts. Only now did he truly understand the hopelessness that had consumed Qing Wanglai'S. They had never stood a chance against Fu Shengtian. What should I do? Li Huang's sluggish mind grappled with this question. His despair turned into an intense urge for self-destruction, starting to surface in his mind. His expression twisted as though his very flesh was compelling him to surrender to the feeling. Even as a strayed one, he found himself powerless to resist. Just then, in the corner of his vision, he noticed the heavenly Mater standing before him, her countless interlocking eyes revealing an unreadable emotion. She was unaffected by the secrets of the three pure ones and remained oblivious to Fu Shengtian's presence behind her, so she could still move. The heavenly Mater stirred. Her form twisted, and she extended her feathered sleeves toward Jizai's mind. Drawing out her sleeves also removed Li Huowang's desire for death. His muddled thoughts cleared a little. However, he still couldn't move. His attempts to act were in vain, as the aura emitted by the Fu Shengtian still held him in place. No, I must move. I can't just sit here. He gritted his teeth, opened his mouth, and bit down hard. The agony of biting his tongue into a pulp temporarily freed him. He realized that escape was futile in this situation, so he resolved to face the threat head-on. He reached into his chest with one hand, grabbing a secret from the three pure ones. His other hand plunged into his skull, extracting a cluster of memories. As he held these two items in his hands, the surrounding liquid withdrew rapidly and turned back into its dull, dark, iridescent hue. Li Huowang immediately sought out Qing Wanglai when he regained his freedom, but he was gone again. Qing Wanglai was clearly plotting something. Everything had been premeditated. He was exploiting the threat from Fu Shengtian to achieve his own goals. A wave of fear flashed through Li Huowang's mind as he thought of Fu Shengtian. He glanced into the dark liquid around him, feeling a surge of terror. He couldn't recall the exact reason for his fear, but his trembling body instinctively urged him to flee from this place. Ripples in the dark fluid suggested that the other Simings were in battle with the Simings of Fu Shengtian nearby. They were seemingly unaware of the actual danger. Li Huowang knew he had to escape now to figure out the three pure ones' intentions. Go. Run. Don't worry about them. Just run. Li Huowang's voice echoed in the liquid as he thrashed, desperately swimming towards the Bayou capital's exit. The two objects he held made swimming difficult. He nearly tossed them aside but paused, deciding to stuff them in his clothes instead. When he reached the entrance, he looked at the enlarged opening and felt his anxiety rising. His current dragon chi was insufficient to mend it. He would need more from below. Suddenly, he had an idea. He bent down, picked up a broken mirror, and shouted with all his might at his exhausted reflection. Hurry, Li Huowang. The Bayou capital needs dragon chi. The more, the better. If we don't seal this, the entire sky will leak. A few dragon roars echoed from below. Looking down, he noticed Gao Zhijian leading 4 dragon veins and 2 golden dragons from the Tianxin kingdom upwards. Senior Li, where are you? Senior Li, where are you? The dragon chi is here. Li Huowang breathed a sigh of relief. He was Jizai now and could call for reinforcements through the future Li Huowang. He grabbed the 2 dragon veins and started stitching them into the rift's edge. The dragon veins resembled needles, with dragon chi flowing from them like threads. He was forced to stop before he mended for long, as the other Simings were still fighting inside. If he sealed the rift before they returned, the Bayou capital would be doomed. Despite this, the widening rift prevented him from leaving it open. Li Huowang clenched his teeth. He grabbed the dragon veins and prepared to dive back into the dark waters to rescue the others. He knew that attempting to go in alone would be pointless, as he would only end up trapped like them. He paused, grappling with the difficulty of making a choice. His left hand weighed down on him, as if it were burdened with 1,000 pounds. Seeing the fierce waves within the dark waters, he gritted his teeth and held up the mirror shard again. He spoke to his reflection with reddened eyes. We need reinforcements. Call everyone who can help to the Bayou capital. The mirror shattered, and red streaks suddenly appeared below the Bayou capital, surging upwards. A familiar roar echoed from a distance. It was 2 Jiangzai anxious. He examined them closely and realized these figures were not advancing of their own will. Something was pulling them up. Bai Lingmiao had both her bodies half-transformed into dragons. She sat cross-legged on a white lotus sky lantern while holding onto the 12-merit jade lotus. 6 white donkeys accompanied her, and they all rose towards him. Li Huowang grabbed the dragon veins with one hand and dove down. He collided head-on with one of the Jiangzai anxious. In that instant, all fear vanished, replaced by an intense killing intent. As he reached out for the other Jiangxiangshou, a misty figure erupted from the water-filled deep pit. It was the heavenly Mater. She was upside down, and with incredible speed, she zipped toward Bai Lingmiao, the sky lantern, and her 6 white donkeys. The white lotus marks on the foreheads of Bai Lingmiao, and the white donkeys began shining intensely. A mysterious force seemed to beckon them. The 6 white donkeys on the sky lantern were elated. They spoke in unison with Bai Ling Miao amidst their center, saying, "Heaven and earth darken, sun and moon lose light. Red yang declines, white yang rises. The great tribulation is upon us. The white lotus shall be reborn." Chapter 1001 Scatter. There were 6 white donkeys beside Bai Ling Miao, 2 lamas, 2 devotees of the White Lotus sect, and 2 evil entities. Li Huang realized the scene unfolding before him was very familiar. Bai Ling Miao was seated atop a lantern, clutching the 12-merit jade lotus with the 6 white donkeys surrounding her. It took a moment for him to piece it together. This was the same scenery depicted on the murals beneath the ancestral hall of Cowheart Village. He didn't entirely understand it, but he knew it was bad news. As the heavenly mater reached out, almost brushing against the half-dragon Bai Ling Miao, Li Huang stepped between them, waving his blade. "Don't touch her." The heavenly mater's body turned translucent before Li Huang, revealing a single figure, Yang Na, running toward him. Yang Na's tear-streaked face stopped Li Huang. He couldn't bear to raise his weapon. Yang Na was from the real world and Bai Ling Miao was from the Liang Kingdom, but they were the ones he loved the most. Seeing them both together at once was too much for him to handle. Li Huang's body broke apart. His organs and blood sprayed everywhere as his body split in half to form 2 Li Huangs. A white hand missing a finger easily brushed past Li Huang's split body and lightly touched Bai Ling Miao's forehead. The moment it did, Li Huang's 4 pairs of eyes saw both Yang Na and Bai Ling Miao turning translucent, as though they were nothing but projections. Something began to coalesce within them. Their forms superimposed on each other, becoming the true heavenly mater. A familiar voice came from beside Li Huang, but soon vanished. "I was right, wasn't I? This is what it means to truly exist. No matter which side we stay on, we are mere projections, similar to shadows of different sizes and shapes caused by the direction of the sun's rays." Several threads of starlight passed through the oxtail gate and gathered on the 6 white donkeys. They were quickly enveloped by the white light and formed into 6 orbs. The orbs floated behind the heavenly mater, forming the shape of a fan. Soft white light burst forth and blew away the chaos of Bayou Capital. The heavenly mater's heavenly Tao of mercy and heavenly Tao of death intertwined, influencing the surroundings. As Li Huang observed what was happening, he heard 3 voices shouting simultaneously, "Huang, do it now." Li Huang's separated selves superimposed on each other again when he heard the superimposed voices. He looked at the heavenly mater and wasn't sure which identity he should use to face her. Qing Wanglai'S voice rang out again, saying, "Do you know the threefold body of a Buddha? The Dharma body, the retribution body, and the response and transformation body. I am one beyond the threefold body." Quiet. Li Huang's roar caused the murderous aura to spread around him. He ran up and looked at the heavenly mater with anxiety. "Who are you? Are you Yang Na, Bai Ling Miao, or something else? Which one of you is real? Which one of me is real?" Li Huang's body started to become unstable when he questioned himself. The imagery of the 2 worlds continued to appear around Li Huang, sometimes appearing simultaneously. Heavenly Mater shook her head and gestured for Li Huang to look up. The hole in the sky had widened. There was even the blood of the other Simings mixed into the strange black water. With a sweep of her white feathered sleeves, the Heavenly Mater covered the roaring Jiang Xiangshou before placing it in front of Li Huang. Li Huang grabbed Jiang Xiangshou without hesitation. He pulled open his chest and stuffed it into his beating heart. "I don't care who you are. If you don't send Bai Ling Miao back once you're done, I will kill you." Dun dun dun. Li Huang heard his heart start beating rapidly, its sound resonating in his ears. An endless murderous aura surged out from his body and solidified as it cloaked him. "Kill them." With his spine sword raised, Li Huang fled the ruins and took cover in the forest to his left. The rain continued to fall as bullets flew everywhere. Several corpses lay on the ground as blood and rain pooled together. As Ba Nanshu shot through an enemy's neck, she caught sight of Li Huang, unleashing his fury with his blade. His single eye was bloodshot, his veins bulging with anger. He charged toward the enemy without any hesitation. A single swing with his blade was more than enough to behead one of the enemies. Li Huang jumped high and used his mouth to tear another enemy's face to shreds. Someone tried to shoot Li Huang from the left, but Yang Na acted more quickly, severing the attacker's fingers and gun. Li Huang stormed into the battlefield with a raging fury. None of the black-shirt men stood a chance against Li Huowang's rampage. The corpses piled up as the battle dragged on. Despite the ceaseless rain, the lingering stench of blood remained in the air. Li Huowang suddenly noticed a shadow above him. He looked up and saw several upside-down black mountains about to crush him. The mountains trembled, nearly crushing him before vanishing like a dream. Li Huowang wiped the blood off his face and shouted, "Zhao Shuangdian, stop fighting. Bring everyone back to the Bayou capital, quick. Don't worry. We might not lose here today." Although the situation was dire, Zhao Shuangdian was still calmly loading her gun. Li Huowang tried to explain, but found himself unsure of what to say. Panic set in. He had forgotten something important. He knew he was afraid of something, but he couldn't remember it. Zhao Lei ran past him. At this point, he had already lost an ear. He was also holding onto a dismembered arm. He bit into it before running back to the front. Nearby, Wu Qi plunged a syringe into an enemy, injecting a fluid that made their tongues swell until they suffocated. Li Huowang observed the fight and decided he'd had enough. He cupped his mouth and shouted what he remembered. The rainwater around him turned transparent. "Everyone, their elephant is crashing into ours." Li Huowang saw Fu Shengtian once more, and the dreaded Fu Shengtian made everyone despair. Fear bloomed in Li Huowang's heart, but the murderous aura of Jiang Xiangshou was continuously pushing it back. After reminding Zhao Shuangdian, he prepared to reach into his brain to dig out the memories of his fight against Fu Shengtian. However, something unexpected happened. Fu Shengtian looked at Li Huowang. In an instant, Li Huowang's body shattered, breaking into pieces. Chapter 1002 Kill. Li Huowang's body shattered. His limbs, organs, and brain scattered like leaves on a pond's surface. All of this happened just because Fu Shengtian looked at him. Am I dying? The thought flickered through Li Huowang's mind as his consciousness began to fade. Li Huowang did not fear death. He refused to die because he refused to give up. "No, I can't die. If I die, who will revive Sui Sui? I cannot die." Li Huowang roared, and his dead body stirred. Under the strange effect of the black water, Li Huowang returned to life as various odd organs grew and hung from his body. Just then, a feathery sleeve brushed past Li Huowang's body and took away his death. Li Huowang could no longer die now. Though unkillable, he was still helpless. He needed to free himself. A plan quickly formed in his mind. Recalling the powers and techniques of his allies, he devised a solution. Li Huowang now resembled an eyeball, with 3 limbs resembling fractured baby limbs. He dragged himself and swiftly reached the 5 Dhyani Buddhas. They were fighting against Fu Shengtian right now. Those noticed by Fu Shengtian would have their bodies scattered. However, not all Simings were affected by it. Those who didn't have a physical body remained unscathed. The burning sacrificial god bought Li Huowang some time. Li Huowang shouted at the 5 Dhyani Buddhas, "5 Dhyani Buddhas, use your powers to help me." Li Huowang had barely shouted when the 5 Dhyani Buddhas simultaneously began to chant. An eerie, overlapping voice resonated through the black waters. Jia di ban luo. Di. Ban luo sheng jia di, pu ti sheng sha hi. I ban nuo, paluo mi duo gu. Li Huowang heard the voices and somehow caught the scent of incense in the temple. The fragments of his body knitted together, with flesh sprouting and stitching into place. He had a new body once the process was complete, but it was hideous, like the flesh Buddha of the righteous monastery. There was no time to fix it. There was no time to dwell on appearances. Shoving his hands into his own brain, Li Huowang tore out the memory of Fu Shengtian. The invisible water returned to the iridescent black water, and Li Huowang could no longer see the things in the distance. He sighed in relief. The biggest issue had been temporarily fixed, but the situation wasn't over yet. The Simings were still fighting viciously. Li Huowang dragged his grotesque body and charged into the fray. Bullets flew around him as he swung his blade. With a clear, dinging sound, he managed to deflect the bullets with his blade. He stabbed his blade into one of the men, and blood sprayed onto his face. His bloodlust intensified as the battle continued. Each kill seemed to invigorate him, his stamina unyielding. He stabbed another person in the face before dragging the blade downwards and spilling the guts of his enemy. He was ready to kill another person when he accidentally tripped on someone. He regained his footing and looked down to find Zhao Lei. As he prepared himself to kill another person, he unexpectedly stumbled over someone. He regained his footing and glanced down to see Zhao Lei. Zhao Lei's injuries were severe, leaving him on the brink of death. Despite this, he managed to cling onto Li Huowang with his right hand, which had 2 severed fingers. Li Huang, I tricked you. You did not steal my magnet. It's still with me. I was scared that they coveted it. Don't die here. Die in the Bayou capital, or your heavenly Dao will fall in their hands, Li Huang said, doing his best to drag Zhao Lei away from the combat zone. Looking around, he saw Yang Na in the distance. Heavenly Mater, come here. Bring the death away from his body. I have my own plans. But no one listens to me. You are all using me. Zhao Lei's eyes began rolling upward, his pupils dilating. Do you think that I lost? That might not be the case. I just don't want to listen to you. Zhao Lei's gaze was fixed on the sky as he uttered his final words. In his last moments, he vomited a lot of blood onto Li Huang's chest. Then he went stiff. Li Huang threw Zhao Lei's corpse to the side before charging back to the battlefield. He looked at the unending number of enemies and understood they could not fight like this anymore. The longer the battle dragged on, the more people would die. They had to retreat. He turned to Zhao Shuangdian and shouted, "Retreat! Go back to the Bayou capital. I will stop them." Just as the words had left Li Huang's lips, a bat slammed into his skull. The crack reverberated in his ears. In a daze, he saw someone winding up to swing the bat again. If they hit him again, Li Huang was sure that his head would break open. The enemy swung the bat, but Li Huang quickly ducked it and avoided it. Before they could swing again, Li Huang stabbed his blade into their chest. Just then, Li Huang felt a burning pain in his abdomen. He looked down and saw blood seeping out from his left side. He had been shot. He held his wound and turned around to find 3 muzzles aimed at him. Li Huang's rational thinking snapped as he charged at the guns. Gunshots erupted. Li Huang reached behind himself and swung his bronze coin sword, turning it into a red whip that cut down the bullets, guns, and enemies in one go. Chapter 1003 Body. Tack, tack, tack. The sound of hurried footsteps could be heard as the rain slowly subsided. Yang Na knew who it was based on the footsteps. She cried and hugged her wounded abdomen as she tried to run out from the house. Chen Hongyu grabbed Yang Na and held her down. Yang Na tried to scratch Chen Hongyu to make her let go when 3 people ran in from outside. One of them was Li Huang. His injuries were severe, with his body covered with wounds from gunshots, cuts, and bruises. He left bloody footprints on the ground as rain washed the blood off his body. Ba Nanshu and her brother were holding onto Li Huang. Both of them were injured too, though Ba Nanshu was chuckling from time to time like a psychopath. "Not bad, little runt. I've underestimated you in the past. Come hit me up when you have time one day to fuck." Li Huang's consciousness was already hazy. He used the last of his strength to close the door and lock it. He slowly lost consciousness as his tired body slowly slid down. Wu Qi, who was busy treating Zhao Shuangdian, hurriedly ran over with her first aid kit. She administered some medicine to Li Huang before trying to stop his bleeding. But there were so many wounds on his body that she didn't know where she should start. Why? Li Huang's pale lips trembled as he mumbled again and again. He looked at everyone's faces. He noticed that Zhao Lei wasn't the only one missing. Linger, the girl working with Zhao Shuangdian, who twitched from time to time, was missing too. More and more Simings from Bayou Capital were being killed. He wasn't certain if they could come back this time. Why did the timeline not reset, even after killing so many of the Simings? Why? Is it because we are not fighting in Bayou Capital? But Wu Qi had no time to entertain his thoughts. He's losing too much blood. He's going into shock. Does anyone here have blood type O? I am. Someone unexpectedly answered her. Qing Wanglai'S smiled as he walked past the crowd and extended his right arm to Wu Qi. Li Huang glared at him angrily, but Qing Wanglai did not mind as he pushed his frameless glasses higher. Don't get excited. You can't increase your blood pressure anymore, or all of your remaining blood would be pumped out of your body. Li Huang stood up rapidly and was about to swing his bronze coin sword at Qing Wanglai when the others quickly pinned him down. Click. 2 guns were aimed at Qing Wanglai's back as they loaded their magazines. One belonged to Ba Nanshu, while the other belonged to Yang Na. Ba Nanshu was smoking a cigarette when she placed her gun on the back of Qing Wanglai's head. Her voice was tinged with dissatisfaction. "Qing Wanglai, you did something really bad this time." But Qing Wanglai was calm, even though death was so close to him. He smiled and turned towards Zhao Shuangdian. "Miss Zhao, won't you give me a chance to explain? Also, I didn't do anything bad at all." "Then explain everything." Zhao Shuangdian grabbed her laptop and started typing on it. But Qing Wanglai wasn't in a rush. He stood there and slowly took out a glass cloth to wipe his glasses. He exhaled on his lens and wiped it thoroughly before wearing it back on his face. Li Huang, did you see it? You must have seen it. He looked down and stared at Li Huang. Or everything I've done so far would be wasted. I don't know what you were saying. I just want to tear you to pieces. Qing Wanglai sighed in the face of Li Huang's threats and shook his head. You forgot again. If it isn't because of the situation, I would really hate to associate myself with someone like you. Wu Qi scoffed. Stop spouting bullshit and lift your arm high. As Qing Wanglai followed her instructions, the red blood flowed from the tube into Li Huang's body. Do you remember now? Li Huang grabbed the tube and yanked it out from his arm before he stood up. Wu Qi almost had a heart attack when she saw what Li Huang did. Aya, what are you doing? Lie back down quickly. Qing Wanglai looked at Li Huang puzzlingly. You saw its existence. Are you still questioning my methods? Li Huang stopped when he heard what Qing Wanglai was talking about. Maybe you think that I'm heartless, but you should understand now how strong Fu Shengtian really is. My plan is the best plan for our current situation. We can have a small hope of surviving this if we follow my plan. Qing Wanglai stepped forward and spoke softly. Or do you have another plan when faced with an enemy like this? As long as you can figure out another plan to save us, I swear that I will let go of my plans and follow yours wholeheartedly. Li Huang spat. You kept saying that you are helping us, but look at what you've done. How are you different from Fu Shengtian? In the end, everything will be the same. Of course not. We are but projections right now. Even if we are gone, as long as the curtains still exist, we can reappear once more. But if our real body is gone for good, then we are dead forever. Qing Wanglai's explanation irritated Zhao Shuangdian. That's too vague. Be specific. Qing Wanglai turned around and explained. Your theory on the elephants is incorrect. In reality, we are projections, but we are not the only projections. There are two projections, just like how we have two shadows when we have two light sources. Through comparison of the two shadows, we can understand the truth of what others couldn't perceive. To speak in Buddhist terms, it's the Dharma body, the retribution body, and the response and transformation body. Qing Wanglai pointed at himself. This is the first body, the response and transformation body. He then pointed at Li Huang's chest. This is the second body, the retribution body. Qing Wanglai became serious as he explained. Junior Li, I am still the same me as before. I did everything to save the masses. Li Huang's pupil shrank when he heard those words. He bit Qing Wanglai's left ear out of anger and tore it down. Qing Wanglai took several steps back. He was bloody, but he didn't mind. He was still smiling as if his body wasn't his own. This is just a projection and it's not important. My plan is simple. I want to sacrifice the retribution body and the response and transformation body to save the Dharma body. Only then can we be rescued. He extended both arms and held Li Huang's hand before pleading earnestly. Junior Li, help me one last time and die. Chapter 1004, Mental Illness. Please die. Everyone froze at Qing Wanglai's words. He caught everyone off guard. No one, not even Li Huang, had anticipated him to say something like that. They didn't think he was capable of it. Fuck, Bananchu cursed. With a deep drag of her cigarette, she prepared to blow Qing Wanglai's head off. However, Zhao Shuangdian stopped her. Don't be rash. Let him finish. Unlike the others, Zhao Shuangdian remained eerily composed. Qing Wanglai turned to Li Huang. I need you to die? The projections on both sides must shrink simultaneously. You don't see what I see, Li Huang. You can barely contact the other projection, but I have a way to contact my true self and figure out what to do. This is the only way. Li Huang's eyes narrowed. Every projection? Every projection? Are you saying everyone here, including the Simings, is just a projection to you? You want to destroy everything? This is your plan. Qing Wanglai nodded confidently and without hesitation. Li Huang, you have to see the bigger picture. Some things must be sacrificed for the greater good. Li Huang stared at Qing Wanglai as though seeing him for the first time. Qing Wanglai smiled faintly and patted Li Huang's shoulder. Don't worry. I know what you're afraid of. But our death this time is not the end, it's the beginning. We're just projections, less important than you think. Once the crisis is over, we can be projected again and live in peace. Li Huang's mouth parted slowly. You crazy bastard. Li Huang finally understood what kind of person Qing Wanglai was. He wasn't just misguided. He was deranged, a madman, a lunatic. Disappointment flickered briefly in Qing Wanglai's eyes. Li Huang, you've let me down. I thought you'd understand. I thought you would become my ally. Li Huang opened his mouth to argue, but no words came out. He lowered and shook his head. There was no point in reasoning with a madman. Trying to change a madman's mind was futile, which he had learned the hard way. Qing Wanglai, I know Danua has gone mad, but I didn't expect the three ancient ones, the holder of the heavenly Tao of truth, to be just as deranged. Your craziness is one thing, but dragging me into it is something else. If the heavens fall, someone must hold them up. Li Huang reached behind his back to secretly unsheath his knife. Are you always this quick to dismiss those who don't think like you? Qing Wanglai asked. Are you really going to label me as insane or mentally ill just because I don't share the same perception? If that makes me insane, then what about the rest of you? Are you all not crazy too? Qing Wanglai turned and pointed at everyone. If I'm crazy by your standards, then to me, all of you are crazy too. All of you are mentally ill too. Ba Nanchu frowned and glanced at Zhao Shuangdian, who was still typing away on her laptop. Hey, I think I've heard enough. Let's just kill him. The next instant, Li Huang lunged. His injuries reopened from the movement, but he refused to stop. He drove his knife toward Qing Wanglai's waist, determined to kill him. The three ancient ones had descended into madness and wanted to kill everyone. Li Huang had to kill Qing Wanglai and seize the heavenly Tao of secrets. Only then could they have a better chance. The blade struck, but no blood flowed. Instead, a loud clang echoed across the hall. Li Huang's eyes widened in surprise. Qing Wanglai was wearing a vest beneath his shirt. Without hesitation, Li Huang shifted his grip and slashed upward, aiming for Qing Wanglai's throat. Nana, shoot him. Blast his head apart. Yang Na didn't hesitate. She raised her gun and fired. But Qing Wanglai was faster. He twisted his neck and dodged the bullet. As he did, he grabbed Li Huang's wrist and wrenched it aside to make him stumble. Then, he quickly took out his own gun and pressed it against Li Huang's temple. Don't move, Qing Wanglai yelled. Now, no one dared to shoot. They were afraid that the other party would shoot first. Qing Wanglai looked down at the severely injured Li Huang and smiled. Stay still. You've already lost too much blood. I chose the moment to show myself carefully. If you were at your peak, I might have actually died. Bam! Behind Qing Wanglai, someone kicked the door open. A man entered the room, bomb strapped to his chest and a detonator clutched in his hand. Reflective sunglasses obscured his eyes, and he seemed oddly nonchalant, idly playing a game on his phone with his other hand. Don't move, he barked. One wrong step and we all die. The presence of the explosives created a tense atmosphere. Even Zhao Shuangdian stopped typing, glaring at Qing Wanglai. Qing Wanglai, do you really think it's appropriate to weaken our forces before the final battle? Qing Wanglai shrugged. Appropriate? Do you think unity will help us win? Don't be foolish. You don't even understand what we're facing. Isn't that right, Li Huang? He turned to Li Huang, his usual smile missing. If you calculate with the flow of time in this projection, you should know that that thing will reach the real world in 8 days. 8 days. That's all we have. We have no time to waste. If my plan fails within that time, not only will our projections on both sides be destroyed, our real bodies will vanish too. The outcome is set no matter what we do in those 8 days, so why not destroy our projections on both sides now? That way, our true selves have a chance of survival. Chapter 1005 Food. Tension filled the hall. Part of it stemmed from Qing Wanglai pressing his gun against Li Huang's temple, but the greater weight came from his words. 8 days. Li Huang's mind raced as he processed Qing Wanglai's words. Fu Shengtian will superimpose with the Bayou capital in 8 days, and we'll have to fight in 8 days? Li Huang's heart started beating rapidly from that frightening thought. 8 days wasn't long enough. Their fate was sealed against the might of Fu Shengtian. They could only wait for death. No, it's much more frightening than you think. The Fu Shengtian you saw is just one side of its projection. Do you know what it would look like in this world? Surprisingly, Li Huang felt calm. He had endured and experienced so much that he was just numb. More importantly, he still couldn't trust Qing Wanglai's one-sided information. I don't believe you. Maybe it's not as terrifying as you claim, assuming you're even telling the truth. What? Qing Wanglai tilted his head, his glasses glinting and obscuring his eyes. You still think I'm just some lunatic? Heh, trust you? Why should I? I stopped trusting you when you took away the heavenly Tao of lies, Li Huang said. His tone was growing harsher, but he was actually very calm. His course of action became simpler now that he realized there was nothing to discuss with Qing Wanglai. What he needed to do was to kill Qing Wanglai and take away his heavenly Daos. Only then could he confirm whether Fu Shengtian's arrival in 8 days was real. However, Li Huang was sure that Qing Wanglai would shoot him based on the cold metal pressing into his temple. Li Huang was too injured. He needed to find a way to get out of the predicament. Qing Wanglai was a madman to Li Huang. Qing Wanglai could do irreparable damage if he wasn't careful. Zhao Shuangdian broke the silence. Qing Wanglai, don't be rash. It might not be as serious as you think. First, tell us how you calculated the 8-day time frame. What method did you use? Qing Wanglai didn't answer immediately. Instead, he gave her a playful look, his gaze flicking to her laptop. Calculate it? Do you really think typing into your laptop will prove anything? Stop lying to yourself. Your so-called calculations are nothing but a joke. You've been deluding yourself from the start, pretending you can understand this. If you manage to get results, why don't you enlighten us? After all these years, have you managed to calculate anything besides shapes? Do you even realize how insane you sound? Have you ever seen madmen in mental wards claiming they can explain everything and anything? You're no better than them. Li Huang searched for an opening while Qing Wanglai was distracted, but the gun remained pressed against his head. He couldn't move. Just then, Li Huang and Yang Na locked eyes. He saw the tension in her eyes and knew what she intended to do. He subtly signaled her to stop. Li Huang gestured for her to move back and away from the range of Shai Zi's explosives. Meanwhile, Zhao Shuangdian continued her conversation with Qing Wanglai, her expression turning into a frown as she crossed her arms with indignation. Qing Wanglai, you can't be so certain. Do you think you can explain everything I've calculated? Don't you think there's a chance I've succeeded? You might know some things I don't, but there are also secrets that only I am privy to. Let's exchange information instead of acting rashly. Qing Wanglai shook his head. What might have once been a handsome gesture now looked feral, his bloodied, severed ear creating a savage impression. Stop lying. You're not going to coax any information out of me. You wouldn't know a thing about the ambush if I hadn't leaked it myself. As their argument escalated, Li Huang's focus shifted to the bombs strapped to Shai Zi's body. As if sensing Li Huang's gaze, Shai Zi glanced up from his game and looked back at Li Huang. Li Huang glared at Shai Zi, who not only survived but also became a new Siming. Li Huang raised a single eyebrow, a deliberate signal. Shai Zi lowered his sunglasses, his sharp eyes glinting with slyness. 2 seconds later, Shai Zi smirked and raised an eyebrow in return. Li Huang suddenly shouted, "Shai Zi, do it now." Shai Zi froze in surprise. Do what? But Qing Wanglai didn't hesitate. He turned his gun on Shai Zi. Li Huang's gamble paid off. He put himself in Qing Wanglai's shoes and believed he would also be wary of Shai Zi. Shai Zi's oath of allegiance couldn't automatically earn Qing Wanglai's trust. Just as Qing Wanglai moved his gun away, Li Huang jumped up and headbutted Qing Wanglai in the nose. The moment Qing Wanglai stumbled back, Li Huang grabbed his knife and stabbed Qing Wanglai's neck. Warm blood splattered over him as Ban Nanshu rushed in, kicking the gun away from Qing Wanglai's grasp. The tide had turned. Shai Zi stared in disbelief. Aren't you afraid that I'll detonate the explosives and kill everyone here? Li Huang idly raised his knife. I would have believed the threat if it came from Jiang Xiangshou. But you? I don't trust you. Qing Wanglai never should have made you an ally. I know too much about the sitting Oblivion Dao. You wouldn't dare to fight physically. Li Huang ignored Shai Zi afterward, tearing off Qing Wanglai's shirt before taking off the protective vest beneath it. What are you doing? He's already dying, Wu Qi said. She couldn't help but feel a sense of pity, as Qing Wanglai had been one of her longtime allies. Blood spattered Li Huang as he plunged his knife into Qing Wanglai's chest and dragged it down. What else? He has several heavenly Daos in him. We must consume him. Chapter 1006, Suppress. In the timeless chaos of Bayou Capital, the other Simings stood fused in a ring. At the center were Jizai and the dying 3 Ancient Ones. Jizai's gaze lingered on the 3 Ancient Ones' form. It was woven from interconnected secrets, concealing its nature so well that Jizai couldn't distinguish the heavenly Tao of secrets from the heavenly Tao of growth. For the Siming in control of secrets, concealment was second nature. But this posed no obstacle for Li Huang. He didn't need to identify the correct heavenly Tao. He simply had to consume everything. As Li Huang devoured the body of the 3 Ancient Ones, he turned to the other Simings with a puzzled expression. What's wrong? Don't you want the heavenly Daos of the 3 Ancient Ones? However, none of the Simings answered him. They just stood there motionlessly. Li Huang shrugged and returned to his task. Better that than leaving it to unreliable hands. It was far safer for him to hold the power. It'd be troublesome if someone else acquired the power but decided not to help. Li Huang preferred to rely on himself. Just then, the heavenly Mater approached and sat beside him. She extended her arm, covered in white feathers, and carefully caressed his own twisted 6 arms. Li Huang felt a warmth in his heart. It felt nice to have someone that would trust him no matter what. Perhaps that trust was what kept him going through every ordeal. Ji Zai and the Heavenly Mater shared a fleeting smile before continuing to absorb the Heavenly Dao. To Li Huang's surprise, Qing Wanglai was still alive despite his severe injuries. Still, Qing Wanglai was on the brink of death. He coughed up blood and chuckled. His gaze shifted to the skies, and he felt a tugging sensation on his body. Soon, a tattooed woman with a cigarette in her mouth blocked his vision. It must hurt, doesn't it? Want me to release you? A smoke ring drifted downward, enveloping his face. Even so, Qing Wanglai flashed his signature smile. Li, do you really think that? I don't have a backup plan. You think? I would so easily. Li Huang paused momentarily, then continued to munch on Qing Wanglai's body. What are you talking about? In your state, what could you possibly do? Don't tell me you poisoned your own flesh. Why not? I have caught up with your perception of the world. I have anticipated that you would do this. Shock rippled through Li Huang as he retched. You actually poisoned yourself? As Qing Wanglai laughed, Li Huang felt his abdomen cramping in pain. It was just as intense as the pain he had experienced when he first took the pills at Zephyr Temple, the ones that Dan Yangzi had refined to become immortal. Li Huang stuck his finger down his throat to induce vomiting. He emptied his stomach, but the pain continued to intensify in his abdomen. Li Huang, since you don't want to die, I will send you to your death. My plan must be completed. The others rushed to aid him. Wu Qi was frantic, trying to help him flush out the poison from his system. Li Huang's condition deteriorated. His complexion turned pale, and beads of sweat streamed down his face. Even Yang Na had the same symptoms. Li Huang snarled and forced himself up after pushing everyone away. He grabbed Qing Wanglai and pulled the ladder upwards forcefully, asking, "What did you do?" However, Qing Wanglai could no longer reply. His lifeless body sagged, his lips frozen in a smile. Despite everything, Li Huang saw a white object tucked into Qing Wanglai's collar. He took it out and discovered it was a note. As he read the note, he quickly realized that it was explicitly addressed to him. These were Qing Wanglai's final words. Li Huang, if you're reading this, you chose not to help me. You were too shallow to care about the survival of the projections. Since you wouldn't listen, I had no choice but to force you. After consuming me, you'll have no more than 2 days to live. Of course, I didn't give you 2 days out of generosity. It's just that a higher dose would have killed me instantly. Do you think I didn't fight you directly because I couldn't win? No, it was because of hope. The futile hope that maybe, just maybe, you might see reason. Unfortunately, I was wrong. Up until the very end, I remained the sole voice of reason. Don't worry though, you won't die alone. The key to saving our true selves is beneath my corpse. Destroy the projections here, and you might save our real bodies. Li Huang's eyes darted to the blood-soaked ground beneath Qing Wanglai and spotted several shattered test tubes, their glass shards glinting among the pools of blood. While the others were panicking, Qing Wanglai had silently smashed 3 test tubes onto the blood-stained ground. The 3 fluids in the test tubes had mixed together, releasing an invisible, odorless gas. Li Huang didn't know what the fluids were, but he was certain they wouldn't be as simple as anesthetic or paralyzing agents. Qing Wanglai had been deceiving everyone. It was all a ruse. Even without consuming the other heavenly Daos, he intended to poison everyone else. His goal was to kill every Siming in the Bayou capital. When Li Huang rechecked Qing Wanglai's corpse, the grin seemed even wider. Fury ignited within him. He grabbed Yang Na's gun and shot Qing Wanglai's head open with a deafening bang. Amid the splatter of blood and brain matter, another piece of paper fluttered free. Chapter 1007 Death. A jolt of shock ran through Li Huang when he found the paper note hidden inside Qing Wanglai's head. It meant Qing Wanglai had somehow foreseen that his head would be blown apart. Qing Wanglai had calculated that there was a chance that a gun would blow away his head. Clutching his cramping abdomen, Li Huang watched Qing Wanglai's broken corpse collapse into the spreading pool of blood. Snarling through gritted teeth, he snatched the blood-red paper. If you're reading this, I've successfully predicted the outcome again. How is it? Do you now see how I am telling the truth? Still, that doesn't matter right now. An arrow released from a bow will continue flying forward. My plan will not stop. One more thing. The poison inside me is slow-acting, but the ones in the test tubes are not. I'm not giving you 2 days to work out the antidote. There's no time for that. Heh, how does it feel to suddenly realize all hope is gone? You thought you had 2 days, and now you have none. Are you afraid yet? Soon, everyone will die. Oh, forgive me, I misspoke. You're all just projections, after all. I suppose it's more accurate to say you'll simply be snuffed out. Li Huowang's fists clenched so tightly that his knuckles went white. Yang Na's moans of pain echoed in his ears. As these projections are snuffed out, the entire projected world will collapse, retracting into the real one. 8 days should suffice for the real world to retract this projection entirely. This is just the beginning, so don't worry. Without your interference, the other side of the projection will retract just as quickly, and my plan will succeed. Li Huowang kneeled on the ground as he held his stomach in pain. His vision blurred, and the words on the note seemed to twist and writhe. Qing Wanglai's other poison, the one that acted quickly, was killing him. Li Huowang rubbed his single eye and continued to read the note. Li Huowang, your thinking is too shallow, just like Zhuge Yuan's. He was a fool who couldn't see the bigger picture. What a waste of education. Fortunately, I'm here. Thanks to me, your childish games will not destroy the real world. I will save the world. I am the savior. When this crisis ends, the real world will project itself anew. And I, Qing Wanglai, will be reborn. I will no longer be a mere projection. I will be something greater, an existence closer to my real self. Fuck you, Qing Wanglai. Li Huowang roared, his vision darkening as he staggered. Fresh blood seeped out from his reopened wounds. He tried to hold on, but realized that the others weren't in better shape. They were all limping or collapsing onto the ground. He tried to steady himself, but the others were faring no better. They were all limping or collapsing into the ground, their faces etched with pain. Wu Qi drained herself of as much blood as possible while trying to figure out how to fend off the poison. Nana! Nana! Li Huowang stumbled toward Yang Na and cradled her frail body. She clutched her abdomen, and her face contorted in agony as tears streamed down her face. She buried herself in Li Huowang's embrace and weakly whispered, Huowang, my stomach hurts. Are we dying? Li Huowang's breath grew erratic at the sight of her injuries. He pressed his palm against her stomach, rubbing it gently. Don't be scared, Nana. There's a way out of this. I'll find it. I promise you won't die. Just hold on. Ha ha. A shrill, mocking laugh rang out. A plan? You think you have a plan? You're already as good as dead. Li Huowang raised his head to look at Shai Zi, who pointed weakly at him while making fun of him. Li Huowang was filled with rage, nearly attacking Shai Zi with his bloody blade. However, he suppressed his anger and shouted back, What are you laughing at? You got deceived by the 3 ancient ones too. You wanted to become a Siming, but he was actually after your life. You're the leader of the sitting Oblivion Dao, and yet you were thoroughly deceived. Pathetic. Li Huowang changed the subject promptly after scolding Shai Zi. Shai Zi, no matter what, we're in the same boat now. Use your backup plan now, or we will all die. Shai Zi pushed his sunglasses lazily and shook his head. I don't have a backup plan. I admit defeat. He used his life to seal this. He wins. No, this is impossible. Li Huowang rushed over and grabbed Shai Zi by the collar. You must have a backup plan. I know you. Shai Zi, you never trust anyone completely, especially not Qing Wanglai. Shai Zi wasn't afraid of Li Huowang. He lazily scratched his left arm and yawned. I thought it would be very fun up here, but it's boring. All of it. With an air of indifference, he took out a pistol seemingly out of nowhere. Li Huowang tensed, but Shai Zi turned the gun on himself, pressing the barrel to his temple. It's no fun at all. It was more fun down there. Shai Zi shot himself without any hesitation. Shit. Li Huowang kicked Shai Zi's corpse aside and frantically scanned the room for any hint of salvation. However, Qing Wanglai would never let anyone stop his plan. Qing Wanglai's poison had already seeped into their veins, and it was killing them quickly. There was no escape. Bam! Chen Hongyu fell face down while eating a sausage. She was dead. Li Huowang knew this was just the beginning. As Qing Wanglai's poison spread, every Siming in the Bayou capital would die. Yet even as pain racked his body, Li Huowang clung to one thought. I won't die. I won't let them die. He turned to look at Zhao Shuangdian. Her hands were frozen over her laptop. However, she wasn't typing. The laptop displayed a waterfall of data, as if it was automatically calculating something. Zhao Shuangdian. He held her up, only to realize that she was dead as well. Damn it. Can any of you be more useless? He shouted, his voice raw with desperation. Huowang, Yang Na's faint voice drew him back. He dropped Zhao Shuangdian and approached Yang Na carefully. I'm sorry. She wept, her blood-stained tears streaking her face. "I think I'm dying. You have to survive." Yang Na cried until her breath stopped. Her pale hand slipped from his grasp. Chapter 1008, Consuming the Heavenly Daos. "Nana!" Li Huowang's shout of despair echoed throughout the entire place. Yang Na had died in his arms. Her peaceful face was a cruel contrast to the torment inside him, as though a dull, rusty blade twisted endlessly in his chest. "Don't panic. Stay calm. We haven't lost yet. There has to be a way." His breaths came in rapid bursts as he struck his head with the hilt of his knife, desperate to calm himself down. But it was useless. Despite repeatedly smacking his head, he felt no pain. The siming of pain was dead too. Li Huowang's vision began to blur as he caught the faint sound of music. He swept around the corpse-filled place and noticed Zhao Shuangyan's laptop. It was a notification. Li Huowang stumbled over and noticed the screen was no longer filled with data. The screen displayed a single infinity symbol. He realized the symbol was the final clue left by Zhao Shuangyan. There was still a chance. What? What is this? Infinity? A loop? Li Huowang stared at the screen and tried to figure it out, but he had no idea. He struck his head again with his broken hand. Though the gesture was meaningless, the world no longer had any pain. Why can't any of you? Why can't any of you just give me a straight answer? Why do you always make me guess? Li Huowang exclaimed, kicking Zhao Shuangyan's corpse away. When he saw Zhao Shuangyan's corpse roll over, inspiration struck. No wonder I can't understand. I hold the siming of bewilderment. I don't know Zhao Shuangyan's heavenly Dao, but it must hold the key. If I absorb it, I'll understand her message. Li Huowang prepared to absorb Zhao Shuangyan's heavenly Dao, but his consciousness once again became hazy, and a wave of drowsiness enveloped him. Pain had long since ceased to exist, but his body was still growing weak and unresponsive. Li Huowang instantly recognized this familiar sensation, the feeling of impending death. His time was running out. No, I can't die? Not now. If I do, everything ends. I need to figure out a way. There has to be a way. He stabbed his own leg, trying to jolt himself awake. However, the drowsiness persisted, becoming heavier and more insidious. When he next opened his eyes, Yang Na's peaceful corpse was before him. She looked as if she was sleeping peacefully. Li Huowang stumbled backward. No, Nana, I cannot do that. I cannot take away your heavenly Tao of death. I cannot. Even as he stumbled, the drowsiness hit him again. He snarled and shouted angrily. Qing Wanglai, just you wait. He didn't want to do it, but the only way to survive was to absorb the heavenly Mater's heavenly Tao of death. He couldn't die. If he did, Yang Na would never return. Li Huowang cried tears of blood and crawled to Yang Na's side with the last of his strength. Shaky and frail, he gently cradled her head and kissed her deeply. After devouring the heavenly Tao of death, Li Huowang felt the sensation of death in his body freeze. Even though he had temporary immortality, the pain in his heart was so intense that he could hardly breathe. Even so, he didn't have time to mourn. If he stopped now, everything would be over. Don't worry, Nana. I won't leave you here alone. Let's go together. Li Huowang fashioned her hair into a makeshift rope, tying her head securely around his neck. Jizai glanced downwards and noticed the heavenly Mater's constantly shifting chaos fragment hanging on his chest, keeping him company. Nana, let's go. We still have a chance, he murmured, stumbling toward Zhao Shuangyan's corpse. Absorbing Zhao Shuangyan's heavenly Tao filled him with clarity. As he gazed at the laptop screen, the infinity symbol took on meaning. The factory. It's the key. It's still alive. If I destroy it, the timeline resets. We can start over. Li Huowang stood up without hesitation and prepared to attack the hidden factory. As he was walking past Shai Zi, Li Huowang noticed the sunglasses. He quickly squatted down and picked them up. He put them on and absorbed Shai Zi's heavenly Tao, feeling his body getting slightly better. He wiped his mouth and grabbed his weapons before approaching the main doors. He held onto the handle and took a deep breath before opening it. The familiar-looking dunes appeared in front of him again. He snarled and walked past the dingy wooden doors to explore the place. Sweat mingled with blood as he trudged forward, but he wasn't thirsty. The dunes were massive, and every direction appeared identical. Li Huowang believed he had gotten lost until a distant black dot caught his eye. He quickened his pace and approached the black dot. Minutes later, he reached the black speck. It was Chun Hongyu's corpse, shrouded in a writhing mass of flies. Chapter 1009, Reset. The flies on Chun Hongyu's corpse buzzed into the air in unison as Li Huowang approached. Some of them landed on him, greedily drinking his blood. Li Huowang followed the fly's trajectory, nodded slightly, and then stepped past Chun Hongyu's lifeless body. He pressed on. After 2 days of travel, he arrived at the familiar culvert. He walked in confidently, the path ingrained in his memory. He reached the factory again. There were still fires burning inside, though their light was dimmer than before. The people inside moved about frantically, seemingly searching for something. The bandits fixed their gazes on Li Huowang and aimed their guns directly at him. Interestingly, some of them were wrapped in bandages. Li Huowang stares at them peacefully. He reached behind his back and slowly unsheathed his bronze coin sword. They fired as Li Huowang swung. The bullets hit Li Huowang squarely, but he wasn't afraid. He had the heavenly Dao of death. They had been no match for him before. Now, after absorbing so many heavenly Daos, they were mere distractions. With a swift swing of his sword, 3 heads tumbled to the ground, with blood spraying upward in chaotic arcs. Nana, look at this. We're so close to resetting the timeline again. Li Huowang shouted at the head hanging from his neck as he continued cutting down the bandits. Wait for me. It'll all be over soon. Li Huowang jumped and landed heavily, bisecting someone in half. A deafening engine roar cut through the chaos. Blinding headlights swept over him as a massive, spike-covered jeep barreled toward him. 4 men inside took aim, their guns trained on him. The vehicle was huge and resembled the head of a beast. The engine roared, and the jeep charged towards Li Huowang. Li Huowang pounced, his blade raised high. With a cold flash, he cleaved the jeep in half. Diesel sprayed from the ruptured fuel tank. He snapped his fingers before touching the ground. Fire! Boom! The jeep exploded, and viscera rained down around Li Huowang. The viscera slowly pooled together and condensed, forming a coffee and chocolate-flavored mooncake. Various voices surrounded Li Huowang. The Mid-Autumn Festival program is becoming worse over the years. Yeah, even the prison band is better than this. Hey, did you know that our mooncakes are popular outside? A lot of people wanted to have a taste of them. Ward 26. It's time to eat your medicine. Li Huowang looked around the familiar place and saw his left arm was complete again. He was back. Ha ha. His laughter shocked everyone, but they weren't surprised by this. They just skirted around Li Huowang and went on their way. Li Huowang happily chewed on the mooncake. He felt the paper note inside and chewed even harder. He was grinning from ear to ear right now. While the other prisoners were performing, Li Huowang kept his calm and walked towards the toilet. There, an unexpected figure blocked his path. Wanglai'S stared at him, wide-eyed. What happened just now? What was that? Why did I come back? You remember? Li Huowang hadn't expected anyone else to retain their memories after a timeline reset. Wanglai'S had always forgotten everything before. His words shattered Wanglai'S fragile hope that it had all been an illusion. Wanglai'S said, was everything real? Everything. What is real? What is fake? The other patients turned to look at Wanglai'S, so Li Huowang tried to calm him down. Don't move. Do you want the others to think that you are crazy too? Li Huowang pulled Wanglai'S into the bathroom and whispered, don't panic and listen to me. Don't forget what happened at the Bayou capital. Listen to me. Wanglai'S wanted to say something, but in the end, he merely nodded. Soon, he walked out with Li Huowang, heading for the main gate. With a swipe of his card, the large metal gates opened. As they walked, Li Huowang spoke in a low voice, saying, you already know everything, so I won't explain again. Trust me no matter what, and talk to me through your phone. The 2 Ba siblings were surprised to find the 2 walking towards them. Ba Nanchu leaned against the car window and chuckled. Not bad, Li Huowang. To think you could kidnap a doctor at the same time. Li Huowang ignored her and got in the car. Give me Zhao Shuangyan's number. After dialing the number, the car slowly headed towards Qing Wanglai'S mansion. Li Huowang looked at the scenery outside and shook his phone at Wanglai'S to exchange contact information. They texted each other as the car approached its destination. After a long time, Li Huowang saw the familiar mansion again. He entered the hall and darted past Chun Hongyu on the couch, racing straight up to the 3rd floor. He threw open the door to find Yang Na curled up in a corner. Tears streamed down his face as he embraced her tightly, refusing to let go. Li Huowang, how did you know she was here? Qing Wanglai'S smiled as he brought the others with him into the room. Li Huowang shook his head. Get out. I want to be alone with Nana. Of course. Let's give the couple some space. While Li Huowang wanted them gone, he didn't want Qing Wanglai'S to leave yet. Qing Wanglai'S wait. Chapter 1010 passed. Li Huowang stood at the top of Shangjing's east gate and looked down. Even though the murderous aura had tainted the people, they needed to continue their lives. However, there were more criminals now, and the people were rowdier. Though the murderous aura had tainted the people, life continued. Still, crime surged, and the people became rowdier. Are you selling it at 50 coins or not? I will stab you if you're not. You bastard. Look at my neck. Go ahead and stab if you've got the guts. Think I'm scared of you? How dare you trick me? It's one caddy lighter than you promised. I will shave the weight off your flesh. Li Huang's eyes scanned their faces, but his mind wandered elsewhere. Suddenly, something caught his eye, and his pupils shrank. He leaped and dashed across the algae-covered roof tiles. He brushed past the white banners and saw Bai Lingmiao sitting on a lotus seat. She was okay. Overcome with emotion, Li Huang lunged forward, pulling her tightly into his embrace. Bai Lingmiao blushed when she sensed the gazes from the others. What are you doing? Look at where we are. She waved all four of her arms, and the two of them disappeared. When Li Huang regained his senses, he realized they were back in Bai Lingmiao's room. He let her go and noticed that all four of her eyes were emitting a murderous aura. You were tainted by the murderous aura too. Li Huang was stunned momentarily. That's fine, as long as you are alive. He was worried that Bai Lingmiao would never return when he saw Yang Na and Bai Lingmiao superimposing on one another. Bai Lingmiao was still alive. That was all he cared about. Her changed personality was nothing serious. Li Huang hugged her once more, holding her incredibly tightly. Bai Lingmiao pushed him away slightly before unbuttoning her clothes. Hurry up. There are still issues for me to handle in the Tianqian kingdom. Wait, Miao Miao. This isn't what I intended to do. Li Huang laughed, quickly stopping her. Bai Lingmiao had become more brazen after being tainted by the murderous aura. Miao Miao, that's not quite what I wanted. I just wanted to hug you, even though it's been so long since we've had time for ourselves. Li Huang carefully hugged her again. He sniffed her fragrant hair and recalled what they had all been through. After a long while, Li Huang broke the silence. Miao Miao, you can't leave. You're the only one I have left. The murderous aura in Bai Lingmiao's eyes softened as she felt the change in his emotions. She gently patted his back with all four hands and sighed. Don't worry. I won't go anywhere. We still need to find a way to revive Sui Sui. Yes. Li Huang nodded and closed his eyes. Too many things had happened in a short period of time. He was exhausted and could feel himself going unconscious. For the first time in a long while, he felt safe. He could finally relax a little. Senior Li, what'll we do once we save Sui Sui? Bai Lingmiao asked, her voice laced with longing, as if she had just escaped the Zephyr Temple. Once we find Sui Sui, we can return to Cowheart Village. We don't have to do anything. I just want to live peacefully. I'm too tired. Is that so? What do you think a peaceful day should be? As long as no one dies, that's enough. To me, that's a normal day, Li Huang replied, his voice barely audible as though speaking in a dream. Their conversation drifted to other topics, unhurried and aimless. They held each other close, and their injured hearts seemed to mend a little. One division later, Bai Lingmiao rested on Li Huang's chest, draped in his red Daoist robe, while listening to his heartbeat. I have to go soon. I can't stay away from the Tianqian kingdom for long. Most of the people and evil entities now worship the heavenly Mater White Lotus sect, but there are still stubborn bandits who resist. Sure, I need to find Gao Zhijin to discuss some matters too. Li Huang took off Bai Lingmiao's golden anklet and gave her some white clothes. Senior Li, Bai Lingmiao said, putting her silk eye covers back on. We should talk like this more often. It makes me feel at ease. Li Huang nodded as he put on his boots and robes. He froze as he turned to the bronze basin to wash his face. He saw Ji Zai in the water instead of his own reflection. Ji Zai was panicking. Li Huang, quick. The Bayou capital needs dragon qi. The sky will tear open if we don't patch it up. Li Huang's thoughts spiraled. Bayou capital existed outside the flow of time. The nightmare wasn't over. It was only beginning. What's wrong? Are you all right? Li Huang shook his head as if he was hiding from something. He stumbled towards the front door. I need to go and find Gao Zhijin. The Bayou capital requires dragon qi. Li Huang ran out, using his cultivation to travel quickly. He phased past the walls of the palace and finally found Gao Zhijin. He was eating while holding onto his imperial son. Gao Zhijin stuffed a scallion pancake into his own mouth and asked, Senior Li, what's wrong? Dragon veins. Li Huang shouted. The Bayou capital is in danger. I need 2 dragon veins and the support of all 5 emperors to send them up. Hearing the urgency in Li Huang's tone, Gao Zhijin turned serious and stood up, abandoning his meal. Understood. Soon, 5 emperors stood before a bronze tree Li Huawang had conjured. The dragon veins were also there, each dragging the past emperors behind them. Their chains had long been undone. Daoist Li, the Khan of Qing, said, "For the sake of our nations, I am more than happy to ascend. I don't doubt you. But this is an important matter. Why will you not come with us? You can just ascend to find me up there. My past self is up there waiting for you." Li Huawang started to snarl uncontrollably, as if afraid of something up there. The Khan wanted to say more, but Gao Zhijian interjected, "Senior Li's word is law. Without him, the Dharma sect would have destroyed us. We cannot doubt him." The dragons roared, and the 5 dragon veins brought 2 other dragon veins to the Bayou capital. The people of Shangjiang kneeled in worship. Li Huawang pounded his head in pain as the dragon's roars grew weaker. He murmured to himself, "Don't worry. There's still hope. There must be." As he muttered, his reflection spoke again, its voice mirroring his panic. "We still need more help. We need allies. Call everyone you can." Suddenly, Li Huawang heard quiet footsteps behind him. A gentle hand patted Li Huawang's shoulder. "Senior Li, is it my turn?" Chapter 10:11 Death. "Senior Li, is it my turn?" Li Huawang shuddered at the sound of that familiar voice. He looked up and saw Bai Lingmiao standing before him. Memories flooded his mind, from when she gave him a bun back in the Zephyr Temple to all the moments they'd shared together. His expression twisted in pain. Why? Why is this happening?" Li Huawang exclaimed, tightly clutching his head. Bai Lingmiao gently pried his hands away from his head. "Senior Li, is it my turn?" "No, it's not your turn yet. Not yet. We need to run and escape." Li Huawang didn't know where they could go. He just wanted to flee. He gripped her hand and channeled his cultivation, dragging her along. The world around them blurred as they sped through the Qi kingdom, then the Tianqian kingdom, and finally Hoshu. However, no matter how far he ran, what he sought to escape loomed ever closer. Li Huawang ran past the places where he had once trodden upon, but the more he ran, the slower he became. He had nowhere left to run when he arrived back at the destroyed Zephyr Temple. Staring at the 3 charred statues on the altar, Li Huawang howled. He clutched his head and trembled, knowing there was no way to hide. He couldn't alter the path ahead. If he didn't send Bai Lingmiao up with the 2 Zhang Xianxius, history itself would change. And if it did, everything would be over. On one side lay the lives of everyone in the world. On the other, Bai Lingmiao's life. He had to choose. The pain torturing his heart would have been more than enough for him to use the Tsangchang Ascension. He wanted to do something to remove his heartache. He drove a sharp pike into his palm, ripping at his flesh. Pain seared through him, but it did nothing to ease the mental torment. Blood and tears fell to the ground. Li Huawang reached for another torture tool, but Bai Lingmiao stopped him. "Senior Li, you can tell me what's troubling you. You don't have to bear this alone." I can't." His voice faltered as he met her gaze. While he longed to change everything, there was no way out. Everything up to this point was a consequence of his actions, and the only way forward was to follow the path he'd forged. Bai Lingmiao, as if understanding her fate, remained calm. She carefully placed her slender fingers on Li Huawang's mouth. "Senior Li, you don't have to worry about me. The Heavenly Mater told me." Li Huawang pulled her into an embrace, his heart breaking. He couldn't bear the thought of Bai Lingmiao dying. Bai Lingmiao whispered, "Senior Li, will I die once I go up there?" Li Huawang shook his head in pain. "I don't know. I really don't know." Bai Lingmiao patted his back lightly. "Senior Li, don't worry. The Heavenly Mater promised to send me back once everything is over." Li Huawang wanted to trust her, but he knew it was impossible. Bai Lingmiao was just lying to make him feel better. Bai Lingmiao was the saintess of the White Lotus sect. From the mural in the underground chamber of Cowheart Village, Li Huawang knew the truth. The Heavenly Mater wanted Bai Lingmiao to ascend and be reborn as the Heavenly Mater of the past, the same one who once ruled the Tianqian kingdom. There was an impassable gap between Simings and mortals, except for the Siming in control of the heavenly Tao of bewilderment. He didn't know what fate awaited Bai Lingmiao when she was up there. He wasn't even sure if he would be able to see her again. "No, I won't accept this." Li Huawang bit his lips and looked at Bai Lingmiao, determination flashing in his eyes. "Miao Miao, don't worry. I'll save you. I must save you. I won't let this end here. We promised to return to Cowheart Village together. I won't accept this outcome. The Heavenly Mater may be untouchable now, but I swear, once we've dealt with Fu Shengtian, I'll tear her apart. I will save you, and I will even save Sui Sui. In this crazy world, anything is possible." The second deity chuckled and kissed Li Huawang's forehead. Now that's the undefeatable Li Huowang that I know and love. We'll just be assisting them up there, so don't worry. We are not marching to our deaths. We will kill Fu Shengtian. Li Huowang wiped his tears and rose to his feet. There was still hope, and he couldn't give up. How could he save Sui Sui if he faltered now? He turned to look at the 3 charred statues and howled. 3 ancient ones. Just you wait. I will kill you. With a single blow, he smashed the statues to pieces. Senior Li, send me back. There's no time. But he shook his head. Not yet. We need to go somewhere else first. You weren't alone with the 6 white donkeys. There was someone else too. Gao Zhijian soon returned from the Bayou capital. The mission was so smooth that he doubted himself. Why does Senior Li require all 5 of us emperors just to send 2 dragon veins up there? Just as he passed the Oxtail Gate and returned to Shanjing, he couldn't help but notice Li Huowang frowning and Bai Lingmiao smiling. They had been waiting for him at the altar. Gao Zhijian, something else needs to be sent to the Bayou capital. What do you need to send up there? 2 Jiangzai anxious. Li Huowang's words were like a cold wind, chilling everyone to the bone. The meaning behind them was unmistakable. Gao Zhijian froze for a moment, then quickly composed himself. After a brief exchange with the other emperors, he let out a strained smile. Understood. I'll give the orders right away. Turning to Bai Lingmiao, he added, Senior Bai, I need the White Lotus sect's help for this. Can you do it? Bai Lingmiao was no longer as calm as she had been. 2 streams of tears stained her cheeks. Li Huowang reached out to wipe them away, but the tears didn't stop. The second deity answered in her stead. Yes. The White Lotus sect and the palace soon issued the command to assemble. Soon, both the soldiers and White Lotus devotees gathered in the open fields to the west of Shanjing. The murderous area influenced everyone present. The purpose of their assembly became clear when the orders were relayed. The millions of soldiers were anxious. Almost half of them were devotees of the White Lotus sect, and they were pretty much the same as the soldiers after being influenced by the murderous aura. The devotees of the White Lotus sect surrounded Bai Lingmiao and kneeled sincerely. The sight was awe-inspiring, a testament to their devotion. The white donkeys at the front spoke on behalf of the other devotees. Saintess, is this the will of the heavenly Mater? Bai Lingmiao had almost cried herself dry. She used her remaining strength to utter a single word. Yes. The devotees all stood up when they heard her. Heavenly Mater, the Void Home, brothers and sisters, it's time for us to finally return to the Void Home. The voices spread out like ripples in a lake. Everyone from the White Lotus sect cheered with a thunderous boom, their murderous aura adding to their excitement. Chapter 1012, Arise. Under the command of the banner holders, soldiers gathered in the fields outside Shanjing. There were lots of people, but everything unfolded with meticulous order thanks to the White Lotus sect's enforcement and the constant stream of directives from their superiors. Banner holders on horseback zipped around the soldiers, ensuring coordination. At the forefront, Li Huowang stood and saw nothing but an ocean of people. The ground was covered with a dense crowd that extended as far as the eye could see. A specific ritual was required to summon Jiang Xiangshou. While the chief of the Liang Kingdom's surveillance bureau had died, the deputy chief was still alive and fit to conduct the ceremony. Gao Zhijian, clad in his robes, held on to a special tiger seal. As the murderous aura continued to condense, the tiger seal glowed in a red light and even started to tremble. A faint roar could be heard emanating from it. He split it in 2, keeping one half while handing the other to 4 deputy chiefs. They bowed ceremoniously before running down to make the final preparations. The pounding of war drums and the blare of horns filled the air, echoing as everyone's hearts thumped rapidly. Eunuchs distributed jars of potent wine, prepared in advance for this moment. Everyone was given a single bowl of strong wine, and no one wasted a single drop. They drank it all in one gulp with eyes filled with conviction, including the children and the elderly. Li Huowang's heart ached when he looked at the people. He had never imagined the cost of the help he sought back in the Bayou capital. Everything had a price. Some payments were required up front, while others could be paid later. Bai Lingmiao, on the other hand, was calmer now. Maybe it was because she would be going up with the others too. The devotees brought up a massive floating lantern fashioned into a grand lotus throne. 6 of the white donkeys were seated on the outer edge of the lotus throne, just like lotus seeds. The time was up. Gao Zhijian and the 4 other emperors stood at the forefront. The light gust rippled their robes and black beards. Were this a conventional battle, Gao Zhijian would have delivered a rousing speech to inspire the troops, but this was no ordinary war. He hesitated, unsure of what to say. The people before him were marching to certain death. However, silence wasn't an option, not for a good emperor. A good emperor had to bear the weight of the people's lives, even when there were a million of them. My warriors. Li Huowang froze as Gao Zhijian's voice covered every corner of Shanjing. My warriors. My brothers. If we live, we live. If we die, we die. Today is the day when we determine the survival of our people. Gao Zhijian chose honesty over pretense and revealed the truth, including secrets about the Bayou capital known only to the highest ranks of the Surveillance Bureau. Suddenly, the ground shook and the sky split apart. A massive upside-down tree slowly crashed onto the ground. The sky is falling. The people filled with murderous aura grabbed their blades and glared at the broken sky. Kill! 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 The murderous aura swirled upward, engulfing their bodies. They faced the enormous tree without a trace of fear. Li Huowang averted his gaze as they raised their blades in unison. The sight was too unbearable for him to watch. Footsteps approached. He looked up to see Chen Xiaoman, who was wearing new clothes on purpose. As she cried, she looked at Li Huowang, Bai Ling Miao, and Gao Zhijian. Her voice trembled with despair. Why? Why is this happening? I need to know. Xiaoman. Bai Ling Miao gently extended an arm to Chen Xiaoman, aware of how painful this must have been for her. The White Lotus sect was Chen Xiaoman's home. Everyone in there was her family, and now her family was gone. However, Chen Xiaoman slapped Bai Ling Miao's arm away. She looked at the heads of her family members tumbling down and wept, her gaze fixed on the hole in the sky. Chen Xian, Gozi, Wang Kunqing. They were people. Real, living people. Just like you. They weren't beggars anymore. Their life had finally improved, and they could finally eat their fill. In her despair, Chen Xiaoman unsheathed the sword that Li Huowang had gifted her. Then, she cut off her own head with one swift motion. Xiaoman, Bai Ling Miao shouted, her tears streaming down her face. Chen Xiaoman's head fell among the soldiers' lifeless bodies, her blood spraying across the earth. Gao Zhijian stepped forward but stopped, clenching his fists as he bit his lips. Unable to bear the sight, he turned away. The solidified murderous aura soared upwards and formed into two roaring heads. With the two Jiang Xianxias completed, the other living humans in the area gradually went crazy from the murderous aura. Their bloodlust rapidly increased while the range of effect slowly expanded. Senior Li, Jiang Xiangxiu has been completed. We must send it up, or there will be more trouble down here. Still sobbing, Bai Ling Miao clutched Li Huowang's hands. Senior Li, I will go now. Send me up, please. Li Huowang nodded painfully, clenching his fists incredibly tightly. He trembled as he escorted Bai Ling Miao to the Lotus Throne. Seated on the throne, Bai Ling Miao clasped sacred artifacts in her 4 hands. Her face glowed with a pure white light, the lotus mark on her forehead shining brightly as it resisted the murderous aura. The 12-merit jade lotus glowed brightly, and the sky above Bai Ling Miao opened up. A single lotus seed descended, embedding itself into her body. At that moment, she understood everything that was happening and why it had happened. She finally smiled, but it was devoid of any sadness or joy. It was a serene smile. She made a lotus seal with all 4 hands and floated upwards with the 6 white donkeys. They floated past the 2 Jiang Xianxias, who were fighting with each other. Then, they dragged them to the Oxtail Gate. The pressure from the 2 Jiang Xianxias soon subsided, but Li Huowang continued to pant as he watched Bai Ling Miao disappear into the sky. Despite repeatedly punching himself in the chest, even to the point of caving it in, nothing changed. Li Huowang fished out the bronze mirror in his pocket and shouted, Jizai, everyone is gone. They are all gone. You must send her back. You must. You promised me. Chapter 1013, Truth or Lies. Burning tears streaked down Li Huowang's cheeks, dripping onto the floor. He stared at the unmoving Yang Na in despair. There was nothing he could do. Wu Qi sighed and spoke gently. You used to live in a mental asylum, didn't you? Then you should recognize what's happening to her. Severe depression often ends like this. I can't even imagine how she managed to find us here. Nana. Li Huowang shook her gently, but her unfocused pupils remained vacant. The timeline had reset, but something was different this time. Yang Na had always asked about his missing eye when she first saw him in the past. Now, she looked like an empty husk. Trying to shake her out of her stupor, Li Huowang suddenly recalled something. Nana, is this because I took your heavenly Tao of death? Is that why you're like this? He repeated the question, his conviction growing as he did. He nodded, convincing himself. All right then, I'll give it back to you. I'll return it all. Li Huoguang kissed Yang Na's lips and bit his tongue hard. Blood flowed freely, which he funneled into her mouth. But it wasn't enough. He tore chunks of flesh from his mouth and fed them to her. Holding her tightly, he murmured in her ears, Nana, come back. I've returned the heavenly Dao of death to you. You're the heavenly mater again. You've reclaimed it, so please come back. I need you. I need your help to deal with Qing Wanglai. Wu Qi pursed her lips and quietly slipped out of the room, leaving the couple to themselves. Li Huoguang talked incessantly to Yang Na, who finally replied after 30 minutes. She placed her emaciated hand on his back. Huoguang, what's wrong? Why are you crying? Is it because I'm not good enough? Li Huoguang released her, noticing the light return to her eyes. Huoguang, what happened to your eye? Why do you only have one? Is it because of me? Li Huoguang sighed in relief after hearing those words. Yang Na had returned to normal. Relief washed over him as he hugged her tightly. As long as you are fine. As long as you are fine. Knock, knock. The lovely atmosphere was interrupted by the knocking on the door. Li Huoguang turned to see Yi Donglai standing there, his face anxious. Talk. Nana is an ally. Yi Donglai entered, locking the door behind him. He opened his mouth to speak, but Li Huoguang interrupted. Wait. Li Huoguang stood up and started rummaging around the furniture in the room. The room didn't have many things, making it easy for him to search. He quickly found what he was looking for, a black microphone. Damn it. I knew it. Qing Wanglai always has a backup plan. Of course he didn't leave this room unmonitored. Li Huoguang removed the black SD card from the microphone, chewed it up, and swallowed the pieces. Yi Donglai and Yang Na froze in alarm. The discovery prickled their skin as if there were still unseen gazes watching them. They rummaged around the room to help Li Huoguang search for extra cameras. They soon found a second microphone concealed inside a stool's leg and a third wedged atop a cabinet. Qing Wanglai had been very careful. Li Huoguang crushed all of them. What a despicable bastard. Qing Wanglai had never intended to work with them. He had intended to execute his own scheme from the beginning, monitoring them in secret. That was how Qing Wanglai had always managed to seize the initiative. But now it was different. The timeline had been reset, and Li Huoguang already knew Qing Wanglai's plans. Now, Li Huoguang had the initiative. Huoguang, what's going on? Why are these here? Who placed them? Glancing at Yi Donglai and Yang Na, Li Huoguang gently guided Yang Na to a stool. Nana, there's something I need to explain. A lot has happened, but you've forgotten. He proceeded to tell her about Qing Wanglai's betrayal. Li Huoguang needed as many allies as possible to kill Qing Wanglai later. Nana, do you understand what I'm talking about? Qing Wanglai is the three ancient ones. He's gone mad, and we need to find a way to control him. We need to devour his heavenly Dao. Yang Na nodded without hesitation. I understand. What do we do next? Li Huoguang pondered momentarily and said, we need to find Zhao Shuangdian first. We can't fight Qing Wanglai yet. It's too risky. He could turn others against us if we're not careful. Having taken the initiative, it was simpler to formulate a plan. Li Huoguang felt confident that the three ancient ones and Shai Zi wouldn't threaten the Simings of Bayou capital this time. Wait, Yi Donglai interrupted. Little Li, you need to tell me what's going on. What's happening? With so much chaos, Yi Donglai was utterly lost. Frustration flashed across Li Huoguang's face. What do you mean you don't understand? I'm saying that I'm not ill and that everything I've said is real. Everything you've written in your thesis is true too. But Yi Donglai couldn't believe it. But even if everything you've said is true, what does that have to do with me? Everything. You said it yourself. You're de Nua. You're a grand Siming. Yi Donglai's face visibly turned red from anger. That's because they're holding my sister hostage. I only said that to fool them. It's all a lie. A lie. Li Huoguang laughed bitterly. Do you think something becomes a lie just because you call it one? I thought the pill recipe I gave Dan Yangzi was fake too, but he became an immortal. There's no truth or lies here. You are a grand Siming. You were de Nua from the moment you said you were de Nua. Chapter 1014, Start. Yi Donglai leaned against the wall, bringing a cigarette to his mouth with trembling hands. He lit the cigarette and took a deep drag. He coughed violently, likely because it had been a long time since his last smoke. After a few seconds of coughing, he wiped the tears off his cheeks and looked at Li Huoguang. No, I can't trust you. What you're saying doesn't make sense. Not in this world and not in that other world you keep talking about. There's no proof the timeline resets, except for your words. What if you're wrong? Maybe it's not what you think. Li Huoguang sighed. Is logic really that important? Not everything is logical. Also, What does that have to do with our situation right now? We just need to deal with the problem at its roots. Do you want to get poisoned by Qing Wanglai again? Donglai remembered the pain he suffered the last time, and his expression twisted. Clutching his hair, he stammered, Why? Why is this happening? Li Huang exhaled sharply and opened the door to check that no one was eavesdropping from the outside. Dr. E, you don't need to overthink it. You don't have to understand my perspective, you can stick to your own. What matters is that you're the Nua in my world. Whether or not I'm Jizai in yours doesn't matter. The crucial point is that our enemy is the same. Donglai took another drag. This time, he didn't choke. White smoke obscured his face as he carefully considered Li Huang's words. Donglai carefully considered Li Huang's words. Then, did you experience this so-called timeline reset before? You've seen my medical records and even wrote a thesis about me. Shouldn't you understand me better than anyone else? But this is different. You were ill last time, and now, I don't know what you are. Li Huang's voice rose. I wasn't ill. You just couldn't understand my world. Noticing Li Huang's growing agitation, Donglai tried to calm him down. Calm down. I didn't say I won't help you. I'm just trying to understand here. I don't want to go through the timeline reset again. Li Huang chuckled darkly. You think resetting the timeline is bad? Wrong. Every time, I had to sacrifice so much. Without those resets, we'd all be dead. Qing Wanglai would have absorbed all our heavenly Daos. I need more evidence, Donglai muttered, pacing around the room in circles and clutching his hair. Li Huang grabbed him out of frustration. Fine. Find your evidence. But before that, we need to act. Shengtian is closing in, and we don't have time to waste. A long silence followed before Donglai quietly said, Fine. Bring Zhao Shuangdian first. Li Huang knew that Donglai was now officially an ally, although he was struggling to cope with it. I called her while I was on the way here. The heavenly Dao she controls is the key to defeating Qing Wanglai. We can't let him catch wind of our plan. We need her to shoot him from a distance before he has the chance to poison us. From the previous timeline, Li Huang was already aware of Qing Wanglai's plans and how he would carry them out. Does she trust you? Donglai asked out of worry. She might not, but I know how to earn her trust. I've lived through this enough times to know. Turning to Yang Na, Li Huang continued. Nana, you control the heavenly Dao of death. It's crucial, and I need your help, no matter what. All right, Yang Na nodded spiritedly. With her energy restored, her eyes seemed to gleam. Li Huang trusted her completely. He didn't need to explain much. She was his Yang Na, after all. After laying out the plan, he glanced at Donglai, who decided not to complain. Instead, he asked a peculiar question. If I'm Denua in your eyes, what would Denua do now? Li Huang smiled. Follow me and find a way to treat me. They descended the stairs together, joining the others lounging in the hall. Everything looked identical to how it had been in the previous reset. They sat down and watched the television together like they did in the previous reset. The weather report came on after the program they were watching ended. Good afternoon. This is your weather update. Hurricane Mineo is expected to make landfall from the southeast. Coastal residents are advised to take precautions. Here's the projected path. Crunch, crunch. Chun Hongyu munched on chips, mumbling. So the hurricane will pass by our place. She then noticed that Yang Na had recovered and offered some chips. Eat up. It'll help you recover. Yang Na glanced at Li Huang, who was glaring at the door. Then, she took one of the chips and ate it. Her eyes lit up with delight. Wow, these tomato-flavored chips are amazing. She plopped down beside Chun Hongyu, eating chip after chip. Wu Qi emerged from the kitchen, sighing. It's not that they're amazing. You just haven't eaten in days, and your body is starving for nutrition. She turned to Li Huang. Hey, Li Huang, aren't you her boyfriend? Shouldn't you be doing something about this? But Li Huang did not answer her. His sharp gaze slowly swept across the room. Where's Qing Wanglai? He's cooking in the kitchen. Do you want to help him? Chapter 10:15, Change. Li Huang shook his head after learning that Qing Wanglai was in the kitchen. The familiar roar of an engine echoed from a distance. Li Huang gave a signal to Yang Na and Donglai. Bam! The door was kicked open violently, revealing a completely transformed Zhao Shuangdian. Where is Li Huang? Li Huang was stunned. Zhao Shuangdian's usually smooth, lustrous hair now looked greasy, as if she hadn't showered in days. She looked disheveled, with baggy, ill-fitting clothes and no makeup. He remembered her as a beautiful and intelligent woman, but now she appeared to be someone entirely different. Zhao Shuangdian locked eyes with Li Huang and laughed before approaching him. Yang Na wanted to stop her, but Zhao Shuangdian pushed her away. Li Huang, why were you looking for me? Is there something that you can only say to me face to face? What? What? Li Huang was taken aback because her change had disrupted his plans. But there was no time to waste. He needed to adjust his plans quickly, so he hastily brought Zhao Shuangdian away from Qing Wanglai's mansion. They reached the bamboo forest, and Li Huang turned to face her, his shock evident. Why are you like this? How did you become like this? Zhao Shuangdian, clearly irritated, crossed her arms and scoffed. What are you talking about, you crazy lunatic? Li Huang understood what was happening when he recalled Yang Na's situation. Is it because I consumed your heavenly Dao? Here, let me return it to you. Li Huang attempted to cut into his flesh to offer it to Zhao Shuangdian, but she forcefully pressed down on his shoulder to stop him. Li Huang struggled. Why? I'm trying to return it. Why don't you want it? Why don't you want your heavenly Dao? I don't know how to use your heavenly Dao. Yi Donglai ran over to help them. Little Li, she won't understand what you're trying to do or say if you keep talking like this. Li Huang sighed when he observed Zhao Shuangdian's expression. Fine. Let me go? I'll explain everything to you. Explain what? A familiar voice cut in. Zhao Shuangdian let go of Li Huang and waved toward Qing Wanglai. Don't worry. Li Huang just wanted to explain something to me. Li Huang turned to see Qing Wanglai approaching them with his trademark smile. Let's talk in the mansion. Once they had returned to the mansion, Zhao Shuangdian questioned Li Huang again, saying, What do you need to tell me? Go ahead. Li Huang looked at her and then at Qing Wanglai. He didn't know how to explain things right now. The three ancient ones were more vigilant than he had thought. Although Qing Wanglai didn't recall the events of the previous resets, he was still closely monitoring everyone. Right now, Li Huang couldn't reveal that Qing Wanglai intended to steal all of the heavenly Daos. His previous efforts would be entirely wasted if he did. Apart from alerting Qing Wanglai, there was the risk that Zhao Shuangdian wouldn't trust Li Huang anyway, given how much she'd changed. At that moment, the sound of the television caught Li Huang's attention, and an idea struck him. He pointed to the screen. Look, Fu Shengtian is coming. Everyone turned to see footage of the hurricane on the television. A shard of glass from a skyscraper fell and shattered on the ground, causing the reporters to flee in panic. The others looked at Li Huang in confusion. He explained, Fu Shengtian is attacking us and heading closer. We need to find a way to deal with it as soon as possible. Qing Wanglai blinked and pushed his glasses up. Is this the major news you were talking about? Isn't it important? Fu Shengtian will reach us in 8 days. I had to risk my life to get this information. We'll all be dead if we don't come up with a plan before it arrives. 6 days. Someone interrupted Li Huang. He turned to see Chen Hongyu, who was staring at the television. Huh. Chen Hongyu explained, not 8 days, but 6. She turned up the volume, and the announcer's voice echoed across the room. Weather reports say the hurricane will reach us in 6 days. We urge everyone. Li Huang's face paled when he heard the news. Fu Shengtian hadn't been affected by the resetting timeline. It was still approaching them. Qing Wanglai had said they had 8 days, but now they only had 6. Wait, doesn't that mean? Suddenly, Li Huang recalled something. He pulled out his phone with trembling hands. His fear was palpable, but he dialed Sun Xiaoqin's number. Sorry, this number is no longer available. The recording left him crestfallen. Refusing to give up, he tried Li Jianxin's number. However, he heard the same message. This? How could this be? Why? Li Huang cried and called his parents repeatedly, but no one answered. Fu Shengtian was immune to the timeline reset. Its actions affected future timelines. Fu Shengtian had altered the past, so the deaths of his parents, Sun Xiaoqin and Li Jianxin, had been set in stone. Why? Why involve them? Attack me instead. With a cry of anguish, Li Huang smashed his phone against the ground. The others were surprised by his outburst, stepping back in shock. Ba Nanshu worriedly approached Zhao Shuangdian. Why don't we send him back? Yi Donglai clenched his fist and whispered, Little Li, calm down. Don't forget our plan. Things aren't over yet. Li Huang took several deep breaths before collapsing onto the sofa with Yi Donglai's help. Only then did he realize the others were seated at the dinner table, whispering among themselves while occasionally glancing in his direction. Chapter 1016, Clash. Li Huang could already guess what they were discussing. After resetting the timeline so many times, it was obvious. They were talking about how his condition had worsened. But that worked in his favor. He could use it as a smokescreen to deceive Qing Wanglai. Thankfully, he still held the initiative despite how much the situation had changed. Li Huang took a deep breath and approached them. You guys must think I'm lying, but I'm telling the truth. We need to work together to overcome this crisis. Chen Hongyu replied. But where is your proof? We need more than words to believe you. We need evidence. Proof. Li Huang pretended to think deeply before shaking his head. I don't have any, but I'm telling the truth. Bananchu rolled her eyes. You think you're telling the truth? Every lunatic believes that. Now, there's no need to attack him like that. He's our ally, after all. He must have his own logic, Qing Wanglai said, surprising everyone by defending Li Huang. However, Li Huang ignored him and turned his attention to Zhao Shuangdian. Where's your laptop? Zhao Shuangdian was confused. What laptop? I don't even have a phone. Why would I need a laptop? Qing Wanglai stood up and walked into the kitchen. We can revisit this topic later. Our food will be ready soon. Wu Qi, come and help me in the kitchen. Li Huang knew this couldn't go on much longer. He needed Zhao Shuangdian's help if they were going to kill Qing Wanglai. If he couldn't convince her, there was a good chance Qing Wanglai would use Zhao Shuangdian against him. Li Huang had an idea. He motioned Yang Na to follow him. As Qing Wanglai entered the kitchen, Li Huang and Yang Na made their way up to the third floor. Once they were alone, Li Huang unsheathed his blade and cut a piece of his flesh from his arm. Huang, Yang Na's face turned pale with shock. In a hurry, she used her hair tie to stem the bleeding on his arm. Don't worry. I'm just separating the heavenly Dao from my body. We need to return it to Zhao Shuangdian so she can understand what I'm saying, Li Huang said. He handed his flesh to Yang Na. Help me. I can't do this myself since Qing Wanglai is monitoring me. I need you to put my flesh into one of the dishes. She loves spicy food, so I need you to mix it with the stir-fried meat and green chili. Yang Na hesitated, looking at the bloody flesh with teary eyes. But I don't know how to cook. Let me handle it, a voice said. Yi Donglai appeared, looking at Li Huang's wound with a complicated expression. He felt confused, unsure of what he was supposed to do in this situation. Eventually, he let out a sigh and decided to take Li Huang's flesh, making his way towards the kitchen. As Yi Donglai entered the kitchen, Li Huang called out to Qing Wanglai to distract him. Qing Wanglai, come out. I need to talk to you. Me? Qing Wanglai complied. He washed his hands and took off his aprons before heading outside. Li Huang needed to keep Qing Wanglai away from the kitchen for Yi Donglai to succeed. Qing Wanglai flashed his trademark fake smile. Is there something wrong? Is it about your girlfriend? Li Huang looked at Qing Wanglai carefully, recalling every atrocious action he had taken in the past. Li Huang had to suppress his anger to stop himself from killing Qing Wanglai on the spot. He couldn't kill Qing Wanglai just yet. Killing the three ancient ones required extreme caution. For now, he knew that the three ancient ones had the heavenly Dao of secrets, the heavenly Dao of growth, and a part of Li Huang. More importantly, Li Huang didn't know if Qing Wanglai had other secret allies. Li Huang had to be very careful now. Li Huang decided to distract Qing Wanglai with some obvious questions. Why didn't you save me when I was captured at White Tower Hospital? He wasn't truly interested in the answer. His focus remained on Yi Donglai. He watched as Yi Donglai worked quickly in the kitchen, finishing the dish. The dish was served, and Zhao Shuangdian ate it happily. Chen Hongyu noticed the stir-fried meat with green chili and salivated. Looks delicious. She tried to grab some, but Yang Na pulled her back. Auntie, where did you buy those potato chips? They're so tasty. I want to buy more. With the distraction from Li Huang and Yang Na's help, Zhao Shuangdian finished most of the dish herself. Zhao Shuangdian stood up to head back with the others, but Li Huang stopped her. You should play some computer games when you get back. They're really fun. A boring life without computer games would be a shame. Zhao Shuangdian stared at Li Huang like he was an idiot before she left. But she had just walked past Li Huang when he whispered a peculiar term to her. Topology. Li Huang sat back down after Zhao Shuangdian left. This time, he wasn't worried. He felt his phone vibrate and smiled. Someone had sent him a message. A few minutes later, Qing Wanglai ran out of his room and shouted, "We need to move out now." "Where are we going?" Qing Wanglai was abnormally serious. To Zhao Shuangdian's house. She encountered some trouble. Everyone hopped into their vehicles. Li Huang even went down to the basement to rev his motorcycle. Soon, the RV, sports car, and motorcycle roared across the countryside. They took a winding path before stopping in front of a mountain. The area was rural, with only a dirt path leading the way. No one would have guessed that Zhao Shuangdian lived in such an isolated place. Li Huang gripped his blade and began climbing the mountain with the others. Climbing a mountain without a path was exhausting. After 2 hours, everyone was panting. Chen Hongyu struggled to breathe because of her fatigue. Are we not there yet? How tall is this mountain? Li Huang, carrying Yang Na on his back, passed Chen Hongyu without saying a word. Qing Wanglai answered, "We are almost there. She lives somewhere nearby, but something isn't right. There weren't this many trees when I came here last time. Can someone call her?" Wu Qi pulled out her phone, but quickly put it away. "There's no signal here." Li Huang made a decision. "Spread out. We'll have a better chance of finding her this way." However, Qing Wanglai stopped him. "No. We'd be walking to our deaths if she's in danger. We're too vulnerable alone." Li Huang huffed and glared at Qing Wanglai. "Then what do you propose?" Qing Wanglai took out a tissue to wipe the sweat off his neck. "Retreat. It's too dangerous here. Aren't we here to save Zhao Shuangdian?" Li Huang was about to argue further when he saw a red laser appear on Qing Wanglai's forehead. The next moment, a gunshot rang out, the bullet grazing past Li Huang's head and flying toward Qing Wanglai's forehead. Chapter 1017, Three Ancient Ones. Qing Wanglai somehow sensed the attack and twisted his body at an unnatural angle. Though he avoided a fatal wound, the bullet still ripped through his ear. Qing Wanglai's shattered glasses had barely touched the ground when Li Huang's blade swung toward his neck. The cold flash of steel reflected the broken glasses. Li Huang followed up his attack flawlessly after the first shot from Zhao Shuangdian. Li Huang and Zhao Shuangdian orchestrated this ambush to kill Qing Wanglai. Ding! Somehow, Qing Wanglai managed to use his watch to stop Li Huang's blade. But it was futile. With his left hand, Li Huang unsheathed a second blade and slashed again at Qing Wanglai's neck. Qing Wanglai stared at him in disbelief. Li Huang was attacking even though Qing Wanglai hadn't set his plan in motion. Why? Blood sprayed in all directions, but Qing Wanglai remained eerily calm, his mind racing for ways to fight back. He grabbed Li Huang's wrist and shouted, "Help! Li Huang's gone crazy." The other Simings rushed over to help, but Yi Donglai and Yang Na blocked them. "Qing Wanglai is fooling you all. Li Huang is sane. Qing Wanglai is using all of you." Another gunshot rang out. Once again, Qing Wanglai miraculously dodged it. Li Huang roared and exerted more force to cut down Qing Wanglai's head. However, Qing Wanglai managed to withstand it, preventing Li Huang from driving his blade closer. Bam! Qing Wanglai kicked Li Huang's abdomen. The blow caused his organs to shift around. "Junior Li, what are you doing?" To Qing Wanglai's surprise, his words had no effect whatsoever on Li Huang. "Everything is your fault." Li Huang jumped, aiming to bite Qing Wanglai's face. Qing Wanglai wanted to evade, but couldn't. Another red laser targeted the back of his head. Forced to choose, he dodged the bullet, allowing Li Huang to sink his teeth into his face. Li Huang bit down forcefully and tore apart a huge chunk of Qing Wanglai's face. The searing pain of the wound and the gash on his neck drove adrenaline through Qing Wanglai's veins. Summoning all his strength, he shoved Li Huang back, stopping the assault for a moment. Clutching onto the wounds on his neck, Qing Wanglai chuckled. "You've uncovered something with your special techniques, haven't you? Disagreeing with my plan already?" Li Huang had no intention of negotiating with Qing Wanglai. He tightened his grip on the blades, still thinking about how to kill Qing Wanglai. Noticing that Li Huang had no intention of talking, Qing Wanglai turned to the hesitant Wu Qi. "Wu Qi, come and help me." Wu Qi clutched onto her first aid kit and hesitated. Her gaze darted between Li Huang and Qing Wanglai. Qing Wanglai shouted, "Wu Qi, come here." At last, she drew a scalpel, fending off Yi Donglai before rushing to Qing Wanglai's side to treat his wounds. "What are you doing? There's no reason to fight. We can sit down and talk." While Wu Qi stitched his wounds, Qing Wanglai used her as a shield against the gun aimed at him. He turned to the others. "Do you all trust Li Huang? I haven't harmed him at all. I've been helping him all this time. I won't take revenge on a patient, but we need to get him under control for now. He's being reckless, and he could injure other people. Is that so? Then tell us, what's in the 3 test tubes behind you? Who are you planning to kill with that poison?" Li Huang replied. Li Huang stomped hard and charged at Qing Wanglai, firmly gripping his blades to kill Qing Wanglai for good. Qing Wanglai naturally had different plans in mind. He shoved Wu Qi toward Li Huang, creating a distraction. Li Huang had to catch Wu Qi. The brief moment of distraction gave Qing Wanglai the chance to flee. "Zhao Shuangdian, he's getting away. After him!" Li Huang roared, pushing Wu Qi aside to pursue. Qing Wanglai was already wounded. Li Huang couldn't let him escape, not when he'd finally gained the upper hand by resetting the timeline. The mountain's dense forest made pursuit difficult. Thankfully, Li Huang could track Qing Wanglai thanks to the blood-red secrets on the ground. After chasing for some time, Li Huang finally saw Qing Wanglai's back. He hurled one of his blades, unexpectedly lodging it in Qing Wanglai's leg. Li Huang pushed the branches away and inspected Qing Wanglai. At this point, Qing Wanglai panted while lying under a tree. The blade Li Huang had thrown protruded from Qing Wanglai's leg, his blood seeping into the soil. Li Huang grabbed his other blade and snarled at Qing Wanglai. Any last words? Qing Wanglai raised his right hand, still missing its pinky finger, and pushed his bloodied glasses up. Hee, what are you thinking of doing? Despite his dire state, Qing Wanglai showed no fear. Li Huang bared his teeth. I'm going to devour your heavenly Dao. The sound of approaching footsteps alerted Li Huang. He knew it was Zhao Shengtian. Li Huang, are you sure this is the time to turn on our allies? The real enemy is right in front of us, Qing Wanglai said, pointing at the clouds approaching from the horizon. Stop trying to deceive me, Li Huang said. I learned what you're planning in the previous timeline. Your tricks won't work. Qing Wanglai continued to chuckle. This was the first time Li Huang had seen him like this. An unexpected temperature plunge cast a chilling, eerie atmosphere over the forest. You think I'm afraid of you? Qing Wanglai sneered. You're just a deranged patient with some know-how. Do you really think you can win against me, even in an ambush? Clack. Qing Wanglai aimed his gun at Li Huang's forehead and removed the safety. You're wrong, Li Huang. Even like this, you can't win. In Li Huang's eyes, Qing Wanglai's body turned big and split into strands of invisible threads. Li Huang now stood in the chaos of the Bayou capital. After all his effort to find the three Ancient Ones, he was now slipping away. Three Ancient Ones. Chapter 10:18, Eyes. Bizzare roared, unsheathing his spine sword and swinging it furiously. A gust blew past the area. Li Huang's cultivation as a strayed one affected the three Ancient Ones' secrets. The chains of secrets started to distort. Bizzare seized three chains of secrets and severed them with a decisive strike. The fractured secrets split apart, disappearing into the Bayou capital. As Bizzare prepared to attack again, strands of secrets phased through his body, shaving away fragments of his bewilderment. Even so, Bizzare did not relent. He continued severing chain after chain. The scattered chains of secrets around them became denser. The edges of Bizzare's body began turning into secrets, rendering him increasingly translucent. Not enough. This isn't enough. I'm too slow. Bizzare grabbed a mirror and shouted at his reflection. Help! I need as many allies as possible. Victory or defeat depends on this. A blood-red light erupted beneath him, drawing his attention. He looked down to see three Wanglai'S fighting each other, while 5 dragon veins towed them closer to him. Bizzare reached out to grab them, but the three Ancient Ones cast a large net woven from secrets, seeking to trap the Wanglai'S. At the last moment, the Heavenly Mater intervened. As her sleeves brushed past, the living beings stained by the karma within the chains of secrets died rapidly. The chains of secrets were now riddled with dead beings. Bizzare capitalized on the opening, tearing through the weakened net and seizing the three Wanglai'S. He devoured them in one swift motion. His eyes turned blood-red, his teeth sharpened into fangs, and the spine sword in his grip turned even sharper. The essence of the Wanglai'S coursed through him, altering his very nature. Bizzare roared and swung the spine sword covered in a solidified murderous aura. The attack was so powerful that it nearly shattered the chaos in the Bayou capital. Not even the three Ancient Ones would be able to survive it. Sensing impending destruction, the three Ancient Ones disassembled himself at the last moment. The chains of secrets comprising his body scattered like writhing gray snakes, narrowly evading Bizzare's devastating strike. The Heavenly Mater seized the opportunity and spread a large wave of death, enveloping most of the three Ancient Ones' secrets. Bizzare and the Heavenly Mater almost killed the three Ancient Ones when an unexpected ally stopped them. It was the 5 Dhyani Buddhas. At the critical moment, she chose to help the three Ancient Ones. Under her aid, the three Ancient Ones began to heal. Only then did Bizzare notice chains embedded in the back of the 5 Dhyani Buddhas. The three Ancient Ones used the 5 Dhyani Buddhas as a shield. Stop hiding! Li Huang roared while the three Ancient Ones changed again. The 5 Dhyani Buddhas liquefied, and her flesh covered the chains of the three Ancient Ones. Soon, the three Ancient Ones and the 5 Dhyani Buddhas disappeared from the Bayou capital, replaced by a massive clump of flesh and chains. The strands of flesh-covered chains interlocked with each other, pumping like a heart as sticky blood dripped down continuously. Damn! The three ancient ones plundered the heavenly Tao of the 5 Dhyani Buddhas. At that moment, Li Huang remembered that he once erected Zhuge Yuan statues, claiming he was the Buddha. That might have been how the three ancient ones took over the 5 Dhyani Buddhas' heavenly Tao. At this point, the wounds he had inflicted on the three ancient ones had healed. The other Simings in Bayou capital arrived, floating around the place. When they saw the three ancient ones' appearance, they realized that Ji Zai had been telling the truth. Now, they chose to work with Ji Zai without hesitation. Attack from a distance. Don't let Qing Wanglai get close. He uses poison, Ji Zai shouted, although he wasn't sure if the warning would be enough. The three ancient ones didn't run. Now covered in flesh, he rammed against Ji Zai and the others. Ji Zai attempted to flee, but several scattered chains of secrets emerged from within his body. They were even denser than the ones on the 5 Dhyani Buddhas. The three ancient ones chose not to fight against the other Siming and instead targeted Ji Zai. He wanted to devour Ji Zai's heavenly Tao first. He realized too late that the three ancient ones had laid a trap inside him. The chains within Ji Zai's body rearranged themselves, forming the character Wang. The chains were pulling Ji Zai closer to the three ancient ones. If this continued, Ji Zai would end up like the 5 Dhyani Buddhas. The heavenly Mater tried to envelop the chains on Ji Zai with death, but she stopped at the last moment. She sensed that most of the karmic living beings within the chains belonged to Li Huang and Zhuge Yuan. If she enveloped the chains with death, she would be killing Li Huang's real body as well. The other Simings were attacking simultaneously, but their attacks proved ineffective. There appeared to be something blocking off the other heavenly Daos. Bam! Another bullet pierced through Qing Wanglai, yet it changed nothing. Qing Wanglai used the chance to propel himself closer to Li Huang. Ji Zai's anger rose as the three ancient ones closed in on him. He ignored the chains on his body and tightly gripped his spine sword. Come here, three ancient ones. Li Huang roared, charging toward the three ancient ones without fear. The two of them were on the verge of colliding when their bodies suddenly fragmented into pieces of varying sizes. They swiftly passed each other before reforming behind each other's backs. Ji Zai turned around, opening his fanged jaws as he prepared to devour the three ancient ones. He swore to swallow the three ancient ones today. The three ancient ones used the flesh-covered chains to stop Ji Zai from biting down. As more and more chains appeared on Ji Zai's body, his body slowly liquefied, just like how the 5 Dhyani Buddhas did. You want to swallow my heavenly Tao? Dream on. Li Huang raised his arm towards the chaos of the Bayou capital. Chapter 1019, Pollute. A bloodied eyeball appeared in Ji Zai's hands. It was the divine mountain ghost eye, the same one brimming with chaos. Ji Zai crushed it, unleashing the heavenly Tao of chaos in a violent explosion. The chaos radiated outward with Ji Zai at its epicenter, affecting everything except him. Even the Bayou capital, the place perpetually surrounded by chaos, was affected by it. Naturally, the three ancient ones bore the brunt of it. Due to the heavenly Tao of chaos, the three ancient ones' karmic chains of secrets started to break as the flesh was separated from them. The heavenly Tao of chaos caused the karmic chains of the three ancient ones to snap, with the flesh connecting them being ripped away. Li Huang heard Qing Wanglai's anguish scream as the wounds on his body began to rot. Pain intruded into his body as the other Simings joined in. Fucker. So you can finally feel the pain. Li Huang grabbed a rock and smashed Qing Wanglai's left hand. Qing Wanglai's fingers cracked open, leaving a thin veil of flesh clinging to his broken bones. Qing Wanglai reached into his robes with his other arm, but Li Huang anticipated the move. Swinging his blade, he severed Qing Wanglai's hand. Li Huang reached behind Qing Wanglai and grabbed the test tubes filled with poison before tossing them far away. Qing Wanglai no longer had any other methods of retaliating. Qing Wanglai, you are dead. Li Huang stepped on Qing Wanglai's neck and smashed a rock onto his head forcefully. Only when blood pooled beneath the rock did Li Huang allow himself a breath of relief. But a chill crept over him. Looking up, he saw droplets of rain falling from the dark clouds. Ha ha! A deep laugh came from underneath the rock. Ji Zai looked down to find that the three ancient ones' scattered bodies were merging once more. This was thanks to Zhuoqiu Yang's heavenly Tao of growth. The three ancient ones would continuously revive as long as that heavenly Tao remained in his possession. Li Huang, oh Li Huang, why must you get the way of my plans? Don't you see? You've become the villain, the destroyer of worlds. The body of the three ancient ones started to expand once more. And you think you're righteous? Your plan was to murder everyone. Fuck you. Li Huawang snapped back, bringing his blade down on the bloody tentacles of the three ancient ones. Even so, the three ancient ones' body continued to heal, this time even faster. Just then, Shun Hongyu appeared behind Qing Wanglai, holding onto a half-rotten corpse as she tried to push Qing Wanglai back down. With a violent spasm, the dying Qing Wanglai's power returned. You don't understand. None of you understand what we're up against. Qing Wanglai's voice cracked with desperation. We'll all die if we do nothing. I tried to shoulder this despair alone, but you're leaving me no choice. Since you won't grasp what I've endured, I'll make you see it for yourselves. The chains of the three ancient ones scattered again. After one brushed against Shun Hongyu, she released the corpse, trembling violently. Her eyes filled with an incomprehensible fear. Jizai knew what was going on. The three ancient ones had embedded some unfathomable secret into the Siming of Rot. He didn't know what it was, but it had to be deadly to terrify even a Siming. Stay back, Jizai warned the others. Attack from a distance. Despite his warning, Qing Wanglai lunged forward, nearly reaching Yang Na before Li Huawang intercepted him with his blade. The bloody chains snapped again, but this time, instead of dispersing, they converged on Jizai. It had been a ruse. The three ancient ones had been targeting Jizai all along. As the secrets invaded Jizai's body, horrifying knowledge flooded his mind. Fear. A primordial fear from an unknowable source. Fu Shengtian was no ordinary Siming. He wielded the heavenly Dao of fear. The heavenly Dao it controlled was not ordinary either. Fu Shengtian was a grand Siming. No, it was something beyond the heavenly Dao of fear. It was a pure, primordial terror that nurtured the other heavenly Daos. Even the three ancient ones couldn't comprehend it fully. And from that ignorance, fear was born. Li Huawang could feel fear welling up uncontrollably in his heart the moment he obtained the secret. For the first time, he was afraid. The fear he felt was suffocating, clinging to his bones and resisting any attempts to shake it off. It washed over him in relentless waves, a constant presence that never ceased. Qing Wanglai grabbed Jizai by the head, glaring at him with bloodshot eyes. Do you see now? Do you understand what I'm up against? Do you think you can face this alone? You're wrong. The only way we can survive this is by following my plan. Jizai, you need to die? Why are you still alive? Li Huawang watched despair and terror flicker in Qing Wanglai's gaze, and a memory surfaced. The tombstone he'd glimpsed in a half-dreaming state. The more he stared, the clearer it became. Qing Wanglai was like a single stroke from one of the tombstone's characters, one that another character had plucked for itself. I understand now, Li Huawang shouted, reaching for one of Qing Wanglai's bloodied tentacles before chewing on it. As he consumed its karma, understanding dawned on him. I finally understand now. Qing Wanglai laughed, offering another tentacle. Do you? Do you truly understand now? Do you agree with my plan now? Do you finally agree to abandon the two projections to save our true selves? Li Huawang grabbed the other tentacle with glee and ate it. No, I just learned why the Nual went crazy. It was all because of you. As the Siming in control of the heavenly Dao of secrets, you were polluted by Fu Shengtian a long time ago. Chapter 1020, We Will. No. The three ancient ones forced a multitude of tentacles into Li Huawang's head and squeezed his brain apart. Qing Wanglai yelled, You idiots. My plan is the only chance we have to escape this calamity. Li Huawang gripped Qing Wanglai's tentacles tightly, refusing to let go. No. You were right when you said someone betrayed us. It was you. Qing Wanglai, your fear of Fu Shengtian made you mad. And in your madness, you've turned the entire world crazy. The Liang Kingdom, the Qi Kingdom, the Tianqian Kingdom, everything that happened to them is all your fault. Qing Wanglai froze, as though a memory had resurfaced. Li Huawang continued. Three ancient ones, you weren't always like this. Zhuge Yuan was your twisted one, don't you remember? The compassion you once had was twisted into cruelty, and it was all because of Fu Shengtian's influence. Indeed, a twisted one and a Siming were supposed to mirror each other, with the same personality. However, the three ancient ones had taken a completely different path. Qing Wanglai's pupils contracted as he stared at his bloodstained hands. A strange feeling tugged at his heart, but he quickly shook it off. You lunatic. You incomprehensible madman. Everything I've done has been to save the world. Why can't you see that? Qing Wanglai roared. Black karmic chains of secrets swiftly pierced into Li Huang's body, gradually causing him to become translucent. As more and more secrets about Fu Shengtian poured into Li Huang, the fear within his heart began to bloom and impact his behavior. The other Simings rushed to help, but the three ancient ones self-detonated, scattering more karmic chains everywhere. Each chain carried secrets about Fu Shengtian, infecting the Simings with fear and despair. Only then did Li Huang realize that Fu Shengtian's attack had begun long ago, and Qing Wanglai was its agent. Every action he took had been a calculated move to spread the despair and fear of Fu Shengtian. "No, I cannot," Li Huang said. Fighting back the suffocating dread, Li Huang reached for the mirror, but the fear and despair shattered it into shards. "Li Huang, help me!" Jizai shouted at his reflection in one of the mirror's shards. Li Huang's reflection shouted back, "Promise me, Jizai? Promise you'll bring them all back. Too many have died. There's no one left down here." On the edge of being consumed by fear, Jizai replied, "I promise. I'll change everything. I'll fix everything. I'll bring them all back." From the depths of Bayou capital, a roar erupted. Tins of Jiang Xianxius appeared, their murderous aura repelling the pervasive fear like lanterns piercing the dark. It wasn't just the Jiang Xianxius. Li Huang saw several dragon veins flying towards him. All of the dragon veins were here. "Senior Li, we're here to help." Gao Zhijian charged through the fear, crashing into Li Huang and reinforcing him with solidified murderous aura. The heavenly Dao of order prevented Li Huang from turning transparent. However, Li Huang still felt that something was missing. He didn't know what it was, but he laid his eyes on the shards of the mirror. He sunk his hands into the shards of the mirror and pulled. At that moment, Jizai plundered everything from him. The mirror vanished. Only Jizai remained in the Bayou capital. As the fear disorientating him disappeared, Li Huang regained his freedom, but it wasn't over. The Bayou capital was still shrouded in fear. Li Huang looked up at the three ancient ones and understood that he wasn't fighting against the three ancient ones. No, he had been fighting against Fu Shengtian from the very beginning. Under his gaze, the bloody fleshy tentacles enveloping the karmic chain of secrets expanded and morphed into a fleshy hand. Li Huang knew that this was Fu Shengtian's hand. The hand reached out to grab him. Its numerous tentacles wriggled, attempting to instill fear into his very being. The indomitable murderous aura scattered everything, but it merely delayed the inevitable. Jizai realized that if this continued, he would succumb to terror, just like the three ancient ones did when the murderous aura emanating from his body dissipated. Seeing how fear consumed the other Simings, Jizai had an idea. If he couldn't do it alone, he could use the powers of the other Simings. Li Huang, still shrouded in murderous aura, approached the Siming of Rot. Just as he was going to act, he paused. There was a familiar face on the rotten corpse, Abbess Jingxin. The maggots had formed her visage. She smiled and nodded at him kindly. "Abbess, thank you." Li Huang cried and swallowed the heavenly Dao of Rot whole. He tried not to chew and hurt her. Jiang Xiangxiu's murderous aura quickly dispelled the fear gripping the heavenly Dao of Rot. Li Huang absorbed the heavenly Dao of Rot once it had returned to normal, and the wounds on his body started to rot. Ba Hui and the sacrificial god stabbed into Li Huang like two sharp blades, delivering the heavenly Dao of pain in a flood of agony. He yelled, "Ba Hui, you motherfucker. It hurts." Li Huang turned and saw Zhao Shuangdian standing still. She passed the sniper rifle to him. Zhao Shuangdian stood cold and calculated, just like her former self. "I accept your model. You are very special indeed." He nodded and swallowed both the rifle and Zhao Shuangdian. With this, he finally learned what Siming Zhao Shuangdian was. She was the heavenly immortal. Still, he didn't know what kind of heavenly Dao she held on to. He only knew that his body had become much more robust. As he absorbed more heavenly Daos, the entirety of the Bayou capital started to crumble. Li Huang picked up the pace. His body became bigger and bigger, to the point that even the Bayou capital could not contain him. The fleshy tentacles oozed fear as they tried to suppress Li Huang. The three ancient ones made repeated attempts to pierce Li Huang with his tentacles, but the murderous aura got in the way. Li Huang consumed all of the heavenly Daos and finally laid eyes on the heavenly Mater. He paused, but the heavenly Mater smiled at him. "Don't give up, Huang. I believe in you. We'll bring Sui Sui back, and we'll go to university together." Pain stabbed through his heart, amplified by the heavenly Dao of pain. Li Huang's physical form started to crumble. He didn't want to do it, but he had no choice. If he didn't, Fu Shengtian's fear would corrupt the heavenly Tao of death. Li Huowang had to prevent Fu Shengtian from obtaining the heavenly Tao of death, no matter what. Don't worry. I won't give up, Li Huowang promised, his voice trembling. I will do it. I definitely will. I'll do whatever it takes. He embraced the heavenly mater and swallowed her whole. Chapter 10:21 passed. The Bayou capital crumbled as Li Huowang chewed. The chaos started to tear apart, revealing the unending darkness before him. Still chewing, he raised his sword and spat on it, covering his spine sword with death. Turning, he glared at the three ancient ones, who continued scattering fear around. Qing Wanglai. Li Huowang raised his blade and swung it down. Death swept away everything, cutting off the source of the fear and despair. Li Huowang found the heavenly Tao of growth within the three ancient ones' body. He tore it apart and swallowed it. Then, he did the same with the heavenly Tao of secrets. After devouring everything, he uncovered a bone inscribed with the character Wang. When he touched it, the character returned to his name, reuniting with him. Li Huowang finally learned what Qing Wanglai had taken away from him. It was the counterpart of bewilderment, the heavenly Tao of clarity. Every heavenly Tao had its counterpart. He hadn't known because the three ancient ones had taken clarity before he became the Siming of bewilderment. With his clarity restored, Li Huowang's thoughts sharpened. He was fully awake now, and even his way of thinking changed. He sensed something above and turned his gaze to the crumbling Bayou capital. Tearing through it, he shot upward like a chick breaking free of its eggshell. Outside, he crushed the remnants of the Bayou capital and shoved them into his mouth. Li Huowang looked up and finally saw Fu Shengtian's true form. It was massive, like a suffocatingly enormous planet bearing down on him, crashing toward everything. Fu Shengtian wasn't just attacking. It had attacked a long time ago, its actions transcending time. Fu Shengtian raised a bident made from fear and despair. The weapon's tips bore the heads of the three ancient ones and Qing Wanglai. With a mighty thrust, it shot the bident, piercing Li Huowang's chest. Li Huowang grabbed the bident and pulled it out, wrestling it away from Fu Shengtian's control. He swung the bident to scatter the fear on it. He raised the clean bident and pointed it at Fu Shengtian. Come at me. Fu Shengtian attacked again, forming a new bident and flinging it straight at Li Huowang. This time, it had the heads of Wang Changshu and Tong Guchang. Li Huowang blocked the attack and broke the bident with his spine, sword cloaked in death. Unlike before, the bident did not pierce him. To Li Huowang's surprise, Fu Shengtian created even more weapons. However, they were much more bizarre than bidents. Each weapon's tip was steeped in fear and despair. They rained down upon Li Huowang. Though he tried to deflect them all, he failed. A trident bearing the heads of Shangwan Gedong, Koin Liangong, and Zhu Cuifing pierced Li Huowang's eyes, pinning him to the void. In that instant, an arch-nemesis called Koin Liangong appeared in Li Huowang's past. It had two twisted ones, Shangwan Gedong and Zhu Cuifing. Its existence marked Li Huowang's past with even greater despair. Taking advantage of the opening, more and more spears stabbed into Li Huowang, forcing their way into his body and starting to squeeze out his insides. The spears were overwhelming him. Fuck off. Summoning his strength, Li Huowang swung his spine sword and splintered the spears, shattering their shafts. However, their tips remained lodged in his body, altering his past and future. He panted with all of his strength, but he saw another rain of spears flying towards him. Fu Shengtian was too strong. He couldn't win. As soon as the seeds of despair grew in his heart, they began to flourish uncontrollably, growing and giving birth to more spear tips aimed directly at him. As more and more spear tips pierced his body, he finally realized he could not win against Fu Shengtian. He lost the moment he became aware of Fu Shengtian's existence. The moment he felt fear was the moment he became part of Fu Shengtian. He would become Fu Shengtian's pawn, just like the three ancient ones. The three ancient ones, who held the world's secrets, succumbed to madness from knowing too much. Is this it? Is this all I'm capable of? I refuse to yield. I refuse to give up. So many people died. Why can't I win? Li Huowang shouted, kneeling as despair consumed his heart. It started to destroy everything in his body. Under such intense despair, he held on to death and pointed at himself. Daoist, don't give up. A voice cut through the darkness of the void. Li Huowang raised his head and saw the illusion of the old monk beside him again. Daoist, you are a good Daoist. You cannot die now. Another voice joined in, Jin Shanjiao. Young Daoist, you made a promise. That's why I left. You want to kill yourself? Don't be an embarrassment to the others. The illusions appeared one after another until even Jiang Yingzi and Dan Yangzi appeared. Li Huowang saw Zhuge Yuan's illusion once more. Junior ally, don't give up. Don't lose to yourself. Li Huowang looked at them as he despaired. Who are you people? It doesn't matter who we are. What's more important is who you are. Me? I'm Li Huowang. His own declaration made him pause. He searched through his fragmented memories, looking for something important. Yes, that's right. I'm Li Huowang. I was mentally ill. He stood up, shaking his head as he surveyed the chaos. No, this isn't me. This isn't me. Li Huowang began to tear off his own heavenly Daos, one by one. He even tore off the last character of his name, Wang. He forced everything into Yi Donglai, who had somehow appeared beside him, helping him stand up. Take it. Take all of it. Everything is yours. After forcing everything into Yi Donglai's mouth, Li Huowang swallowed him whole, hiding him in his stomach. Then, Li Huowang closed his eyes and shouted, None of this is real. This is all an illusion. Wake up. Only the purest form of bewilderment remained within Li Huowang. At that moment, a faint voice echoed in his ears. Li Huowang had once rejected the voice, but he was now embracing it with open arms. He followed the voice, and gradually, it became clearer. Li Huowang, wake up. Li Huowang, wake up. Everything you're enduring is fake. It's all a lie. The voice shattered the darkness. It reached the ears of Li Huowang, both past and present. He opened his eyes. Bright light filtered through white curtains as a sharp wailing sound echoed beside him. Li Huowang glanced down. White hospital beds, an electric wall fan, and the pungent scent of disinfectant surrounded him. It felt surreal yet familiar. He remembered where he was. He was in ward number 13 of the White Tower Hospital. Chapter 1022, Cured. Li Huowang lay on the clean hospital bed, his single eye wide open as he took in his surroundings. His gaze swept the room before settling on himself. A realization dawned on him. Yet, at the same time, it didn't fully make sense. The ringing sound disappeared, replaced by a familiar voice. Li Huowang, are you finally awake? That's good. He turned to see Yi Donglai staring at him with worry etched across his face. Li Huowang's lips curled into a faint smile. I'm awake. I'm finally awake. The hallucinations were too frightening, but thankfully, they were all fake. None of it was real. Yi Donglai frowned, his expression unusually tense. What do you mean fake? Everything you saw was real. The timeline has been reset, but we've been placed at a different time. Haven't you noticed you're missing an eye? Don't worry. I'm awake now. I won't mutilate myself anymore. The room suddenly transformed. The once bright light gave way to darkness, and Yi Donglai grew in size until he reached the ceiling. Terrifying laughter echoed from his mouth. Ha ha. Do you think you've succeeded? You fool. The scene around Yi Donglai twisted and morphed. Black water seeped from the floor, and the walls of the ward crumbled away, revealing a vast void and the horrifying visage Li Huowang had seen just now. You've abandoned your powers, so now you're completely defenseless against my fear. You're dead. Denua is dead too. The Bayou capital is mine. A wave of fear and despair emanated from Yi Donglai, making its way toward Li Huowang. Despite the dreaded atmosphere, Li Huowang merely looked at the strange form of Yi Donglai. Dr. Yi, you don't have to test me anymore. I am cured. The moment he spoke, everything around him melted away like snow under the sun. Yi Donglai shrank back to his normal size, though he continued snarling. Yi Donglai smiled and nodded with satisfaction. Not bad. You've passed the test. Congratulations, little Li. You're cured. All my efforts weren't in vain, after all. Just as he finished speaking, the door burst open, and a crowd of people surged into the room, clapping and cheering for Li Huowang. Among them were Zhao Shuangdian, Wu Qi, and Shen Hongyu, all dressed in white doctor's coats. They clapped as they announced, Congratulations. You're finally cured. What? Yi Donglai froze, his face twisting in shock as he stared at the unfamiliar faces. He had never seen these colleagues in White Tower Hospital before, and it was impossible for all of them to be doctors. Impossible. How are you? His voice faltered, his gaze fearfully snapping back to Li Huowang. Unless you were telling the truth? Yi Donglai's reaction unsettled the crowd. They tried to console him, but the more they spoke, the more violent he became. Terror consumed his eyes. In the end, several nurses had to restrain him with a straitjacket. They wheeled him out as he screamed and thrashed. Qing Wanglai sighed as he watched Yi Donglai being carted away. What a terrifying patient. We managed to cure you, but at the expense of driving one of our doctors to madness. Li Huang looked at Yi Donglai disappearing at the corner of the corridor and smiled. Don't worry. There are a lot of good doctors here. I'm sure he'll recover quickly in the Bayou capital. Qing Wanglai patted Li Huang's shoulder warmly. Little Li, come with me. I will prescribe you some medicine. You're finally ready to go from the intensive care ward to the general ward. You'll regain some freedom, too. They soon entered Qing Wanglai's office. He took out a disposable white cup and brewed Li Huang a cup of tea. The hospital's a bit basic, so I hope you won't mind oolong tea bags, Qing Wanglai said with a laugh. I'm not much of a tea person, so I wouldn't know the difference. Ho, you're quite the frugal person. Give me a moment, Qing Wanglai said, starting to rummage through the drawers. Don't worry. I have a lot of time now, Li Huang said. Li Huang took a deep breath and smelled the disinfectant in the air. A newfound serenity washed over him, unlike anything he had ever felt before. Qing Wanglai teased Li Huang, saying, You sound like an old man. Once you're discharged, go home and focus on your studies so you can get into a good university. Dr. Qing, what will you do while I'm studying? What else? I will continue to work in this hospital. I'll try to write a thesis about you and see if it gets published. Being a doctor in this field is a headache, you know? Not only do we often have to stay up late and work extra shifts, but we also need to play along with our patients. He scratched his ear with the pen from his chest pocket before scribbling something on a piece of paper. Li Huang grabbed his teacup and tried to decipher the paper's contents. Doctor, can you do me a favor? Qing Wanglai stopped writing and looked at him. Sure. We're all friends now. What do you need? Li Huang sat in a car some time later, watching the scenery blur past. He called his mother. Hi, Mom. I'm cured. Yes, this time it's for real. I won't relapse anymore. You can come pick me up next month. 2 hours later, Qing Wanglai and Li Huang stepped down from a sports car. They had arrived at the entrance of the 6th public hospital. Using Qing Wanglai's connections, they quickly found an isolated ward. Inside was none other than Yang Na, lying motionless on the bed. Li Huang entered the room alone. Qing Wanglai grabbed her medical file, noting the diagnosis, severe depression. Li Huang reached the bedside and sat down on a stool. He looked at Yang Na, whose eyes held the vacant stare of a doll. Nana, I've kept my promise. Look, I'm really cured. I'll stay by your side until you're also better. Once you're cured, we'll take our exams together and enter university again. This time, I'll be with you every step of the way. Li Huang gently held Yang Na's skeletal fingers, noticing the scars on her wrists. He spoke to her nonstop for a full day and night. Finally, Yang Na's fingers twitched, and she gripped his hand weakly. Li Huang smiled. He leaned forward, wrapping Yang Na in a tender embrace. Chapter 1023, Epilogue. It was once again the Qingming festival in Cowheart Village. Even though it was night, the streets bustled with people burning paper ingots and money. Most of the villagers were migrants without ancestral altars to honor their dead. They could only afford to draw circles on the ground, leaving an opening in the direction of their ancestors' graves. White smoke floated upwards. The moonlight cast a soft glow, making Cowheart Village look like a paradise. A lone figure in red walked past the white smoke. It was Li Huang. He clutched a large amount of paper money and ingots as he passed through the village and made his way to the Bai family estate, which was now devoid of any residents aside from himself. He stood still at the entrance and stared at the white lantern hanging from the large door. He saw the 2 yellow couplets and let out a hoarse chuckle. I've truly become. The moon is both full and empty. Several remaining stars circled around the incomplete moon. A bright lantern is lit in front of the house, but the house is empty throughout spring and autumn. Oh, Li Huang stepped inside and slammed the door shut. He drew a large circle on the ground, leaving evenly spaced openings instead of a single one. He tossed the paper money and paper ingots into the circle before setting them alight. Qingming, come, take your money. Li Huang's hoarse voice rang out like the lonely cry of an old crow, echoing through the empty Bai family estate. As the fire burned, he mumbled the words he wanted to say to his dead family. Sway, buy whatever you need down there with the paper money. You can buy as many toys as you want. If they don't have what you want, you can meet me in my dreams and let me know. I will find some paper dolls to burn so that they can accompany you. Meow Meow, are you all right down there? I miss you. As the paper money continued to burn, the fire flared higher and brighter. Halfway through the bundle of paper money and ingots, Li Huang broke down. He stood up and shouted at his shadow vehemently. Jizai, you liar. You promised me. You promised you'd bring them back. Why didn't you keep your word? The world had survived. The natural disasters were gone, and there were no more evil entities. The world had 16 divisions again. Sanity had returned to the world. Huang had achieved his goal of changing the world, but bringing back the dead remained beyond his reach. Everything impossible has disappeared. We overcame so many difficulties, so why can't you revive a few people? What good are you, Jizai? You're useless. He refused to admit it, but he knew it was impossible. Reviving them went against the laws of the world. Now that the world was normal again, impossible things couldn't happen. If he revived them, the world would go crazy again. His anger dissolved into despair. He slumped to the ground and cried. Why? Why? Why me? Why am I the only one alive? A wave of despair engulfed him, suffocating him under the weight of a mountain. He couldn't breathe, and the feeling was more agonizing than death itself. Li Huang reached into his bag of torture tools and retrieved a dagger. He sliced open his abdomen. Next, he took out 3 dolls made from the skin of strayed ones and threw them onto the ground. Raising the dagger, he slashed his own neck, pulling the blade with such force that he decapitated himself. He grabbed his severed head and smashed it onto the ground. But it was futile. He couldn't die. When Jizai used the mirror to strip everything away from him, he had taken even death. Jizai had plundered everything, including his status as a strayed one too. Li Huang understood that he was Jizai's twisted one. He was fated to become Jizai. The world had returned to sanity, and the past could no longer be rewritten. Everything in the future had been set. Just as despair threatened to consume him entirely, Li Huang's sharp ears noticed a slight movement from the stool he'd been sitting on. He stopped and approached the stool. There was something there. He carefully felt the air above the stool, but couldn't sense anything. Still, he needed to make sure. Is that you? Is that really you? Li Huang looked around and saw the burning paper money twirling in the circle. He remembered something and ran into the house. He grabbed an umbrella and opened it, bending down to look between his knees. At that moment, he saw Sue's smiling face. For the first time in a very long time, Li Huang smiled. The despair in his heart gave way to joy. Ha! You are all here. That's good. Don't go away. Don't get reincarnated. You might have become ghosts, but that's fine. Even ghosts can cultivate to become immortals. Wait here. I go to the Surveillance Bureau's archives to find a method for ghosts to cultivate. Ha! Placing his head back onto his neck, Li Huang rushed out of the Bai family estate and toward the village entrance. There are ghosts in this world. Ha! Jizai, I was wrong about you. The moon is both full and empty, with several scattered stars circling around. Ha! Ghosts are fine too. Ghosts are fine too. Ha! Hearing the commotion, Puppy poked his head out the door, his daughter beside him. He sighed as he watched Li Huang. We endured so many hardships throughout the year. In the end, Senior Li still went crazy. Father, what happened to Uncle Li? Nothing. Don't scold Uncle Li or make fun of him the next time you see him. Let me know if any kids throw stones or spit at him. He's our village protector from now on. Father, what's a village protector? A village protector is someone who shields us from disasters. Because of him, we in Cowheart Village can live in peace. Puppy was going to close his door when he noticed a light coming from the village entrance. Unfortunately, he couldn't see what it was due to the smoke. Though the smoke obscured his view, he soon saw Lu Xiaocai running through it with his nephew, Lu Tongsung, cradled in his single remaining arm. Lu Xiaocai saw Puppy and pointed at the village entrance excitedly. Puppy, come quick. Look, Master has ascended and become an immortal. End. Chapter 1024, Epilogue, Qing Wanglai'S POV. Qing Wanglai opened his eyes. He looked at the rising sun and waited for his 7 o'clock alarm to ring. He looked down and admired his mansion. The mansion was small, approximately 300 square meters. It was simple and minimalistic, with white as its main color. For someone accustomed to living alone, the house was enough. It felt comfortable, and he had no desire to push beyond his comfort zone. Ring, 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 his alarm rang, marking the start of his day. He took a bath and got dressed. He departed at exactly 7:20 in the morning. He drove for 30 minutes and bought breakfast along the way, reaching White Tower Prison at 8 in the morning sharp. Though not as chaotic as a typical hospital, working there was far from simple. As Qing Wanglai prepared to eat breakfast after making tea, someone came into his office. It was a large man with a huge beard. Dr. E, the VIP is here. Come take a look. What? Chen Fu explained, It's that person who went viral a couple of days ago. We're lucky he got assigned to us. Qing Wanglai remembered the news he read a couple of days ago. His interest was piqued. Sure, let's go see him. They made their way to the intensive care ward and saw Li Huowang. Dr. Qing, this is the medical record of patient number 13. Please have a read. He was transferred here from Inding Hospital. Qing Wanglai accepted the file and read through it. So this is him. Although news channels hadn't disclosed Li Huowang's real name, he had long since become famous among psychiatrists. They had been monitoring Li Huowang's movements for a long time. Yes, that's Li Huowang, the guy who went viral. The lunatic who swung a knife around to rescue his girlfriend. Qing Wanglai continued reading while occasionally glancing at Li Huowang through the one-way mirror. He saw the youth shouting in despair while being restrained by a straitjacket. Qing Wanglai carefully listened as Li Huowang rambled incoherently. No. Qing Wanglai closed the medical records and said grimly. He wasn't there to save her. He was there to kill her. His condition is too severe. What? How could that be? That's his girlfriend. She's such a pretty young lady too. Qian Fu asked in confusion. I'm also trying to figure out his motive. How could he want to harm his own girlfriend? Why? What's his reasoning? We aren't detectives. Couldn't insanity be enough to explain it? Isn't that motive enough? Qing Wanglai scoffed at Qian Fu. Dr. Qian, your words would devalue our professionalism. Even mentally ill patients would need a motive to kill someone. They might believe their reasons are perfectly rational, even when others see them as madness. Sigh. Qian Fu stroked his beard. Why do they always send the crazy demons to us? Stop complaining and focus on a treatment plan. Qing Wanglai sighed. He's been given the standard medications in the previous hospital, but they've had little effect. And what do you suggest we do? To be honest, this place is technically a prison. As long as he's locked up and can't hurt anyone, that should be enough. Qing Wanglai side-eyed Qian Fu. Well, everyone should have aspirations to chase in life. Do you want to stay here forever babysitting the patients? PSSH. What are you planning then? Treat him and publish your thesis so you can get a promotion? Qing Wanglai reached for the metal door at the side. We should at least try, regardless of the outcome. Qian Fu hurried along. Then you should be careful. I've heard that patient 13 somehow drove his previous doctor insane too. Qing Wanglai decided against revealing himself to Li Huowang just yet. Instead, he eavesdropped on the patient while the other doctors entered to begin treatment. The prison's upper management was very careful because Li Huowang was a famous troublemaker. They immediately checked on Li Huowang and ordered the doctors to devise a treatment plan. Qing Wanglai quietly listened to the other doctors discussing a treatment plan. Ultimately, they chose to use a simple yet safe treatment plan. They prioritized safety above all else. Qing Wanglai could understand their intentions. Li Huowang was a high-risk patient, essentially a hot potato no one wanted to handle. While Qian Fu munched on his leftover breakfast, he remarked, he's highly resistant to treatment. It's probably because he's been subjected to so many attempts before. I'm fairly certain that he's even built up resistance to some medications. Indeed. It's very tricky. Qing Wanglai nodded. After some thought, he said, I think we have a chance. Still, I'll need to analyze all our footage of him first. What are you thinking? I need to find a fake doctor to masquerade as his main doctor. The fake doctor will try fake methods to treat Li Huowang, while we pretend to be the characters from Li Huowang's hallucinations. We will secretly administer the treatment plan when Li Huowang's guard is at its lowest. We can't do this with the other patients, but we might have a shot here. Li Huowang's hallucinations are not only coherent, but also very complete. Qian Fu frowned. Us? Why me again? You want me to act like a patient again? Qing Wanglai patted Qian Fu's blue and white striped hospital gown. What do you mean act? You are a patient. Look at how well you fit in your hospital gown. Don't worry. I will shoulder all responsibilities if anything happens. Fine, as long as you take the blame. I will also round up other actors for you. Qian Fu then took out his phone to make several phone calls. But won't this make his condition worse? Qing Wanglai waved off the concern. Don't worry. It won't. Let's talk to the chief warden first. All right. The two headed to the chief warden's office, finding the door already ajar. Inside, the balding chief was in conversation with someone else. Chief, I need to discuss something with you. Qing Wanglai explained his treatment plan to the chief. The chief took out a cigarette and lit it up. All right, go ahead and try. Qing Wanglai passed a piece of paper and a pen to him. Could you sign here? However, the chief did not sign it. I'm an open person. You can use whatever treatment plan you have, but I won't sign it. If it works, all the glory will be yours. As your superior, I'll never take credit for your efforts. Qing Wanglai knew what the chief meant. That meant Qing Wanglai's treatment plan would be secret and administered without approval. The prison would have nothing to do with it. Qing Wanglai chuckled and walked out with Qianfu. He wasn't like the others. Qianfu asked, Qing Wanglai, I can act as a patient, but who will be his doctor? I doubt that the others would follow your plan. We don't have doctors, but we have patients. Qing Wanglai pushed his glasses and looked at Yi Donglai. Yi Donglai was earnestly trying to treat another patient. Ho, you smart rascal. A patient acting as the doctor while the real doctors stay in the background. How can we treat patients if we don't explore the unknown a little? Qing Wanglai approached Yi Donglai and said courteously, Dr. Yi, we have a new patient admitted into our hospital. Please assist me in curing that patient. Yi Donglai leaned back, propping up his legs cockily. Didn't you already have an assistant? Qianfu grumbled. What assistant? We went to the same university, so we're closer than the others. Yi Donglai scoffed. You know the other doctors too. Why me? Just say yes or no. Fine. I will agree to treat Li Huowang. I must if I have to say so. Good. Then let me explain to you. Li Huowang isn't always stuck in his hallucinations because they occur in stages. Our treatment plan is as follows. Everything was ready. Yi Donglai put on a white robe and entered Li Huowang's room. As Li Huowang woke up, Yi Donglai greeted him with a smile. Hello, Li Huowang. Nice to meet you. I'm your doctor, Yi Donglai. Qianfu raised his thumb at Qing Wanglai. Look at that bastard acting like a doctor. Shoo, be serious. Record everything Li Huowang says about his hallucinations. We'll need it later. You can record it yourself. I'm just going to make one up. Why should his perspective matter more than mine? I'm a patient, remember? Qing Wanglai nodded. That's fine too. That way, you won't reveal too much when you communicate with him later on. Qianfu paused. Wait, when should I show up? Shoo. Just follow Yi Donglai's rhythm for now. We will determine the time ourselves. The two of them continued to eavesdrop on their conversation. While Li Huowang was hallucinating, the three of them exchanged notes and started to analyze Li Huowang's psyche. It didn't go well initially. Li Huowang rejected everything vehemently, but after some new developments, Li Huowang started to believe Yi Donglai. There was some trouble during their treatment plan, but in just a few months, they saw progress. One day, Li Huowang stood atop the slide, pulling a dice from the top of a lamp. Everyone cheered. Qing Wanglai smiled as Qianfu nudged him. Hey, your treatment plan is working. Now, we need to start stage 2. It's your turn now. You will become the projection of the one buried beneath Qing Qiu, the Siming of Death. Do you really need to say it out loud? That's so childish. Qianfu rolled his eyes. Never mind. I will go and get changed now. Qianfu left, heading toward the intensive care wards. Chen Hongyu and the others should show up soon if it's my turn to act. Make sure to contact them first. I've already contacted them. The treatment plan had been going smoothly, but something changed halfway through. Qing Wanglai stormed into the chief warden's office, anger evident on his face. What's going on? Why is he being transferred? He hasn't recovered yet. Everything was going well, but the higher-ups decided to transfer Li Huowang. Wasn't he cured yet? I thought he could already differentiate between the real and fake worlds. We should send him away now. What if something happens while he's in our custody? But that's just a fabricated scene. Our goal is to fully cure Li Huowang, not trap him in it. His family would never agree to it. Sigh. The chief warden lit another cigarette and said, Dr. Qing, you should know that I'm not the boss here. The one controlling this place is Xie Qiuquan. Don't forget that while we are a hospital, we are also a prison. Qing Wanglai clenched his fists tightly. Li Huowang is still a high-risk patient. He has killed before. What if he kills again after the transfer? The chief warden reclined in his chair, which creaked under his weight. Then it won't be our problem. The director and I haven't had a good night's sleep since Li Huowang got here. Dr. Qing, I know you're ambitious and capable, but I'm 52. I'll be retiring in a few years, so please don't trouble me further. Qing Wanglai furiously stormed out of the office and slammed the door shut. Yi Donglai and Qianfu quickly followed him. So what's going on? There's no chance. He's determined to transfer Li Huowang. Qing Wanglai replied. What should we do then? What else? If Li Huowang is being transferred, we'll follow him, Qing Wanglai said decisively. Yi Donglai was confused. But I still have work here. How can I go out and treat Li Huowang? Qing Wanglai smiled when he heard Yi Donglai. Don't worry. You can continue your work. It's my turn to step in now. Sitting in the canteen, Qing Wanglai positioned himself carefully. Hearing footsteps approach, He turned toward the source of the sound. Setting his food aside, he approached Li Huowang. Long time no see. How are you doing? Although Qing Wanglai had been observing Li Huowang for months and was his main doctor to Li Huowang, this was their first meeting. Hello, Qing Wanglai. I am Li Huowang. The second stage of the treatment plan started. With Qing Wanglai's involvement, things returned to normal. Qing Wanglai gradually took control of the situation. The treatment progressed smoothly, and he even managed to sneak medicine into Li Huowang's food from time to time. In fact, Qing Wanglai could even persuade Li Huowang to take the medicine on his own by earning his trust. It was much easier than forcing the medicine down Li Huowang's throat. This was a vast improvement. Previously, it had taken more than 4 men to restrain Li Huowang and force the medicine down his throat. Li Huowang's condition improved, and everything seemed to be going well, until something unexpected happened. What's going on? What is happening? Everyone stared at the bloody eyeball before them, their faces pale. As a doctor, Qing Wanglai knew all too well what it meant for a patient to dig out their own eye. Chen Hongyu muttered, "Whose fault is this? Should we draw lots?" "There's no time to assign blame," Qing Wanglai declared. "This is a necessary cost. We need to focus on treating him. As long as we succeed, everything can be explained. If we fail, I'll shoulder all the consequences." He then looked at Zhao Shuangdian. "Call Li Huowang and figure out what's going on with him." Zhao Shuangdian nodded. She placed the call, but when she hung up, her expression was one of confusion. Qing Wanglai asked, "What did he say?" Zhao Shuangdian answered with a confused look. "He said topology." "That's it." Qing Wanglai sighed in relief. "Good. The situation is still under control. Everyone, let's move. We need to keep pushing forward to treat him." The treatment continued, with everyone proceeding cautiously toward the final stages of the plan. Qian Fu and the others, who had supposedly died, weren't slacking off either. They were renting out houses and vehicles while preparing treatment sites as needed. Finally, with everyone's help, Li Huowang was once again admitted into the ward of White Tower Hospital. Li Huowang struggled against his restraints as Qing Wanglai, with sweat dripping from his forehead, whispered repeatedly, "Li Huowang, wake up. Li Huowang, wake up. Everything you've experienced is a lie. Everything is fake." Li Huowang's eyes suddenly fluttered open. Bright sunlight shone past the white curtains while a loud buzz deafened him. I feel. Something from both worlds superimposed. Li Huowang looked at his own skeletal hands as he muttered. Yi Donglai sighed in relief when he heard Li Huowang. "Good. This is normal. That meant my treatment worked. Remember to take your medicine on time. You will be cured in no time." The doors burst open as a group of doctors rushed in, clapping to celebrate Li Huowang's recovery. Qing Wanglai felt the heavy burden of the past few months lift from his shoulders. He took a deep breath, letting out a long sigh. As the clapping died down, Qing Wanglai extended his arm and patted Li Huowang. "Little Li, let's go. I will prescribe you some medicine. You can finally transfer from the intensive care ward to a regular one. You'll have more freedom now. Once you're discharged, work hard and study to get into a good university." Li Huowang's happiness also brought joy to Qing Wanglai. He could write several theses based on Li Huowang's medical records and treatment plan alone. "Dr. Qing, can you help me? Is it your girlfriend?" Qing Wanglai had expected that. "Yes, I want to see her. You should call your mother first to let her know that you are cured. I'll bring you to see her later." Qing Wanglai long knew that Li Huowang's girlfriend was sick too. He doubted she could remain sane with a partner like Li Huowang. But this was a minor issue for him. He had managed to cure Li Huowang. The other illnesses were nothing to him. It took time, but Qing Wanglai managed to stabilize Yang Na's condition with treatment and medication. Now he sat in his brand new office. It was larger than his previous office. He sipped his tea as he admired the banner on the wall. The god of medicines reincarnated with a burning compassion that matches a familial bond. Gifted by Li Huowang and Yang Na. Pride swelled within him as he read the words. He had chosen the right path in life. He was wealthy, but no amount of money could buy the satisfaction he felt now. Indeed, everyone needed a passion to truly feel alive. His phone suddenly rang. He opened the drawer and fished out his cell phone. "Hello? Auntie Sun? What's wrong? Did Huowang relapse?" "No, I'm not from this prefecture." "Yes, I was born in 1989 and have a house here." "Its size?" "It's not big." "Auntie Sun, why are you asking me this?" No, that's all right. Thank you. But I don't need any introductions, not anytime soon. I'm not interested in arranged marriage meetings." "What? I know she's a good woman. That's not what I meant." After a lengthy conversation, Qing Wanglai finally convinced Sun Shaoqin to drop the matter. Tossing his phone back into the drawer, he took another sip of tea, a smile tugging at his lips as he glanced at the red wedding invitation inside the drawer. She's such an interesting auntie. Now that she doesn't have to worry about her son's marriage, she's already trying to play matchmaker for others. Epilogue, Qing Wanglai's POV end.